It's time for Angels spring training baseball. This afternoon, the Angels are back in Tempe to take on the Colorado Rockies. Angel fans have made their way to the Valley all spring long. 11 home games for the Angels in Tempe. 8 of them have been sellouts so far. Terry Smith along with Jose Mota. It's our pleasure to be with you for Angels baseball. And Jose, today we'll get a chance to see Garrett Richards on the mound, a pitcher who might have been a little bit of a question mark coming into the spring, but he has certainly answered those questions so far.
He has. He has earned every opportunity to be taken into a deeper look. His stuff is playing very well. He is not as erratic around the zone. He is trusting his defense, Terry, and he's throwing strikes. Why has he been so successful so far? Because he's had that clean, repeatable delivery. He had been working out with Mike Butcher, more of a straight line towards home plate, and also understanding that he belongs. You know, part of the question with a lot of guys early in spring training and throughout the season to make that big leap is about having that sense of belonging. He is still competing now. There's no guarantees because Brett Mills, the lefty acquired from Toronto, has done a fabulous job, has not allowed an earned run. He'll pitch tomorrow for the Angels. And then Jerome Williams, the one we've been waiting on the most, Terry, finally will take the mound in a minor league game here today. 3 innings, 45 pitches. That is a huge step for him. He's still in the mix.
We'll keep you posted on Williams. And, of course, as Jose mentioned, Mills will pitch tomorrow against Lincecum of the San Francisco Giants. Well, one guy we're certainly glad to see back in the Angel lineup is Kendrys Morales. He's already had 5 hits in 9 times up this spring, including a homer. He's hitting over 500 for the Angels. He'll be back in the lineup today.
And it seems like I can keep talking about the sense of belonging for a long time because Kendrys Morales himself has that right now. Belonging in the team, having more opportunities and responsibilities in the middle of the lineup. Today we'll get to see him batting from the right side, and I think it's another big test for him is he is going to be landing on that left ankle, hitting from the right side. For Kendrys, so far so good. I don't think there's been any lingering timing issues, but the results are right there. He's a confident young man right now. Mike Scioscia does have a plan from here until opening day. He knows and understands something could happen. Hopefully no setbacks, but Kendrys says, now that I'm here, just let me play. Of course, the skipper has the last word.
Well, I mentioned he was one of the question marks going in. The 5th spot was a question mark as well. What about some other question marks that maybe haven't been answered yet?
Let's go back, Terry, to, March 4th? Here we go. Okay, Kendrys' progress covered. 5th starter, still to be answered. Remember, April 15th is when the Angels are going to need a 5th starter. Rounding out the bullpen, you know, a little shaky yesterday, and Jason Isringhausen, that might bring even more questions. Bobby Casava, will he start on the disabled list or not? Then lineup spot for Bobby Abreu. He's been playing a lot, but, you know, honestly, he has not produced. He is getting the opportunity. He needs to really pick it up. You talk about Mike Trout, who has been limited because of the issues with the virus. He is finally gaining some weight. We'll be in the outfield in a couple of days. And then Mark Trumbo, Mr. Versatility himself, playing third base. I think he's answered the question about being healthy, you know, from that fractured right foot, but also, Terry, about making the routine play. He'll make that routine play.
Jose, you talked about third base. That's a position maybe still up for grabs. We've seen Trumbo. We've seen Callaspo, as Torres has been a little bit banged up so far this spring for the Angels. Let's get back to Alberto Callaspo. He was the Angels' leading hitter last spring. He's hitting again here in the Cactus League. Where does he figure in, and does he have the versatility to play maybe some other spots other than third base?
Great point. Great word, versatility. If you're going to play for Mike Scioscia, you better have different gloves and bring it to the ballpark every single day. Callaspo, as you mentioned, Terry, very good with a bat. Great bat control from both sides of the plate. On base percentage, not the fastest of runners, but a very astute base runner. Callaspo, remember, not long ago was an all-star caliber second baseman for the Kansas City Royals. This former Angel, now again an Angel, can provide the Angels with a lot of depth. Remember, the Angels are looking for maybe 40, 50, maybe 60 games from Mark Trumbo at third base. Callaspo will be a guy that's going to come in later for Trumbo and play defense.
Jose, what about a couple of guys that might be borderline to make the opening day roster?
They're making good stuff for themselves. You talk about Jorge Cantu and Alexia Marisa. We will say right now, they should be on the team.
Well, we'll see how it all plays out. We still have about a week left here in Tempe. When we get back, it's time for the Angels and the Colorado Rockies. It's coming up next here at Tempe Diablo Stadium on Fox Sports West.
We are back at Tempe Diablo Stadium. So good you can join us on this beautiful afternoon here in the Valley. Jose Mota, Terry Smith on the Angels Baseball Network and on Fox Sports West. The Rockies, managed by Jim Tracy, will have a lineup of Marcos Scudero leading up at shortstop. Dexter Fowler is batting second in center field. Carlos Gonzalez, all-star left fielder, is batting third. Jason Giambi, the old veteran designated hitter, batting fourth. Michael Kadire came from the Twins as a free agent. He's batting fifth at first base. Jordan Pacheco, young infielder, at third base, batting sixth. Wilin Rosario, a very promising young catcher. Rosario is batting seventh. Batting eighth is Tyler Colvin, former Cub. He's playing right field. And former Halo prospect Brandon Wood is at second base this afternoon, batting ninth. As Garrett Richards gets ready, the Angels and Mike Scioscia with Eric Ibar at shortstop batting first. Howie Kendrick and his .447 batting average is batting second at second base. Albert Pujols with 4 home runs this spring is batting third at first base. Torrey Hunter is batting fourth. He's hitting .308 this spring. Torrey is in right field. Vernon Wells with 11 RBIs is batting fifth. He's playing center today. Kendrys Morales, 5 for 9. His return has been pretty solid. Designated hitter batting sixth. Bobby Abreu continues to struggle. He is 4 for 37 so far. That's a 108 average. He's got 1 RBI. Bobby is in left field. Alberto Callaspo is at third, batting eighth. And Chris Iannetta will make the start behind the plate for the Halos. He is batting ninth.
Jose, the umpires, Gary Darling calling balls and strikes. Kerwin Danley, Jim Wolf, and Barry Larson, the umpires on the bases. We're set for baseball here in Tempe. Richards gets the sign. Here's the game's first pitch. It's a called strike on the outside corner. We're underway to count 0-1. 70 degrees at game time here on this Monday. Next pitch on Scudero. And that one is low. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike.
You believe it was 70 when we're doing that TV open over there that time?
That was a little bit. Huh? It felt a little bit warmer than 70. I'll tell you that.
Okay, we'll say 70.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. Scudero, former Boston Red Sox, takes that pitch a little bit high and away. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Solid player, Marcos Scudero. He can do so many things for you. Short, second, of course. He's not going to play shortstop in Colorado with the multi-talented Troy Tulowitzki. But this guy's a winning ball player here.
Here's the next pitch, and he takes that fastball high, so it's 3-1. Last time Garrett Richards pitched was on the off day last week. That was last Wednesday. He pitched in a minor league game. The last start he had for the Angels was 10 days ago, a game against Cleveland. He came away with a win, and on the 3-1, he's way outside, and he walks Scudero on 5 pitches. So a leadoff walk, not the way Richards wanted to get things going. That's only the second batter he's walked in a Cactus League game this spring for the Angels. And here's Dexter Fowler.
Richards, great opportunity for him to continue to move forward and make it hard on the staff to send him down or not consider him for the number 5 spot. He's really pitched his way into serious consideration. But, Terry, at this stage, you hope he's not putting additional pressure just thinking about the finish line being so close.
Right. So here's Fowler at third base. Callaspo playing in, and Fowler around a bunt. He is a good bunter, and he ends up taking the pitch for a strike. Dexter Fowler's had a miserable spring for Colorado. He had a very good second half for them last year after they did send him down to the minors a little bit during last season, but he's hitting only 125 here this spring. Here's the pitch, and he lines that one by the mound, but it's stopped by Ibar, who then goes to second, and the relay is late at first. Boy, Ibar was like a magician there, getting to that ball and somehow getting the ball to Kendrick to force out Scudero at second. What a play.
It's called Gold Glove. Now there's some concern about Ibar and that finger he keeps looking at us. So Adam Nebula, the Angels assistant or head athletic trainer, is heading out to look at Ibar. But what a fantastic play. That range. Not that he saw the ball very well either, because remember, you saw how Garrett Richards was ducking out there.
So they're checking out Ibar right now. Mike Scioscia is headed out there as well, and might be putting a little tape on the finger. It's hard to see the way Adam Nebula, the Angels head athletic trainer, his back is to us.
Keep in mind, Ibar, a couple seasons ago, did have a serious injury to his pinky. Recall clearly that injury he suffered in Toronto on that turf. So hopefully everything's fine.
So he's going to stay in the game. Made a spectacular play, Gold Glove play. Fowler is on at first base on the fielder's choice. The out on Scudero goes 6-4 at second. And here is a solid player for the Rockies, Carlos Gonzalez, their left fielder.
Another example there, Terry, for Garrett Richards as to why you pitch to contact more often in the big leagues. Let those guys do the work for you.
Gonzalez is a left-handed batter. He hit .295 last year with 26 home runs. He drove in 92. Here's the pitch, and he bounces that one on the left side. It's backhanded by Ibar, flips to second, relay to first. Got him, a double play. Ibar does it again, and the Angels turn two. Gonzalez is a guy who can run, but they still double him up at first base. The inning is over. The defense sparkling here for the Angels in the top of the first inning. No runs, hits, or errors. A walk with nobody left. Half inning in the books. We're going to the bottom of the first with no score on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. This copyrighted broadcast presented by Authority of Angels Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of Angels Baseball. Terry Smith along with Jose Mota. Our producer engineer is Darren Chan. It is indeed our pleasure to spend some time with you on this Monday afternoon for Angels spring training baseball. And as we get set for the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless game, Eric Ibar will lead it off. He's already had a couple of nice plays out in the field for the Halos. We'll see what he does with the bat today.
So let the Eric Ibar show continue here.
Ibar's hitting almost 400 this spring, 391. And big left-hander Drew Pomerantz looks in for the sign. They list him at 6'5", 230 pounds. And the pitch, it's a bunt foul on the left side. So Ibar in the hole, 0-1.
A much improved swing from the right side. A little shorter. Taking a lot of advice from number 5. They've been in the same group in BP every single day this spring. And Albert has used some tough words against him here recently about getting in his game.
There's a pitch that's a little bit high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, if anyone could do that, it would be Pujols.
Yeah, he gets on him, which is kind of refreshing and good nature.
Here's the 1-1, and there's a swing and a miss. Well, when Vlad Guerrero was with the Angels, Vladdy was maybe more quiet in trying to direct Eric at times in the right direction. But certainly a player that Ibar looked up to when Vlad was with the Halos. Here's the 1-2 on Ibar, and that one comes bouncing in, and it goes all the way back to the backstop. 2-2.
It's a good story about Vladdy Guerrero, and a player I'm not going to name for the Angels, but this young player came up, and Vladdy saw this player get on the team bus on the road at 4 o'clock. Let me just say that was the last time that a young player got on the team bus at 4 o'clock on the road.
He took the earlier bus from then on.
Get a cab.
There's one that's bounced on the right side. The first baseman, Kadire, Michael Kadire, playing at first base for Colorado today, and he easily beats Ibar to the bag. There's one gone.
Those are things that, of course, players don't get paid for. There's no additional salary for that, but guys like Pujols brings that, and guys like Torrey Hunter, many guys all around baseball that just set the tone and show and teach a way to young players as to how to do things right.
So here's Howie Kendrick, and the first pitch. That one is in there for a called strike.
Now, Drew Pomeranz was the centerpiece of that trade that made it happen for Ubaldo Jimenez to land in Cleveland. He was the centerpiece of that trade.
Here's the 0-1, and that one misses high in the count. 1-1. Pomeranz was a first-round pick of the Indians back in the 2010 draft, and he was the 5th player overall selected in that draft. He's 23 years old. The lefty's 1-1. That one misses high. 2 balls, 1 strike. You got to think Pomeranz isn't too superstitious. He wears number 13 on that uniform.
I like that. It's not the number that wins or throws. Come on.
Here's the next pitch. Chopped on the left side. The shortstop at Scudero. He has it, and he will throw out Kendrick. So a couple of ground ball outs. 2 are gone. Albert Pujols will be the batter. Albert, in yesterday's ball game, hit a home run with 2 outs in the first inning, and he put a charge into it. See what he does his first time up today. Pujols hitting .333 here in the Cactus League. He's had 4 homers. The pitch. He takes the first one for a strike.
Albert had 3 home runs for the Cardinals last spring on his way to 37 during the regular season.
The 0-1 pitch. He fouls that one off just to our right, backing out of play. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. Pomeranz has a good arm. He's a big left-hander. Fastball top out around 95. He also has a very good curveball, and he will throw a changeup as well. Here's the 0-2, and Pujols breaks his bat as he grounds that one foul on the third base side.
Good running fastball, tall body lefty, has the ability to sneak one in there on Albert. It's a good location. You can talk about that for a long time now. I broke Albert Pujols' bat the first time I faced him.
So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Torrey Hunter would be up next for the Angels.
Will he repeat inside?
0-2, and that one was low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, with a breaking ball. Hoping Pujols was looking inside.
Both these teams have been playing some pretty good baseball lately here in Arizona. Angels have won 5 in a row. The Rockies 3 of their last 4 as Pujols swings and hits one high and deep down the left field side, tight to the line, but a foul ball. Nearly home run distance on it, but he pulled it too far, foul down that left side.
Well, that was a scare that maybe Pomeranz didn't want to have by not repeating inside. Now you know why. This one just got a little bit more of the plate.
So Pomeranz has a new baseball, and again the 1-2. Pujols reached at that one. He fought that pitch off, fouls it back on the right side out of play.
And you saw the location immediately right there from Rosario, the catcher. Let's not go back in there. A lot of veteran established pitchers will go, we're going to go right back in there and let them think that we're going to punish them in there.
1-2 delivery, breaking ball low. 2-2. Round the infield for the Rockies, they have Kadire playing first. Brandon Wood, the former Angel, playing second. Jordan Pacheco is the third baseman with Marco Scudero at short. Outfield, Carlos Gonzalez in left, Dexter Fowler in center, Tyler Colvin in right. Catcher is Willeen Rosario. DH Jason Giambi, and Drew Pomerantz on the hill. Next pitch. It's hit a mile high on the left side. Let's see who's going to call for it in foul ground. The third baseman and shortstop. It'll be the third baseman Pacheco who makes the grab right in front of his dugout on the third base side, and the inning is over. So Pujols retired on the foul pop. Angels have a quiet bottom of the first. No score after one. We head to the second on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fans of Jiffy Lube, they do so much more than just oil changes, and with over 120 Jiffy Lube locations throughout Southern California, you can always find one near you. Visit JiffyLubeSoCal.com for the location nearest you. That's JiffyLubeSoCal.com. Second inning, no score. Jason Giambi leads it off for the Rockies against the Angel right-hander Garrett Richards, and the first pitch a little bit low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Giambi, now 41 years old. He hit .260 for Colorado last year with a shift on. It's a ground ball on the right side. Ibar will field it, and he will throw him out. So Eric was switched over to the right side of the infield there with the three-man right side, and Giambi an easy out. 6-3 on the ground out. Kadire will be the next batter.
Okay, so Ibar has been behind second. On the other side of second, he's been in the shortstop hole. Anywhere else, Bug Bunny? What's going on there?
He's been involved in every out so far in the game. All 4 of them turned behind Richards. And the first pitch on Kadire, that's a called strike. Kadire, former Minnesota Twin, who was a free agent, signed with the Rockies in the offseason. He takes that pitch on the outside corner.
Still a pretty good bat. Playing half of those games in Colorado should translate into a 30-homer season, I think.
Here's the next pitch, and the 2-strike delivery. That slider low and away. He hit 20 homers last year for Minnesota. He was an all-star last year for the Twins for the first time. He had a 32 home run season for Minnesota back in '09. And the 1-2 pitch, grounded sharply to third, bobbled by Callaspo, picks it up, and he'll hold on to the ball. No throw to first base. Probably be an error on Alberto over there at third. And Kadire is on with one out. Jordan Pacheco will be the next batter.
No excuse on that one. If anything, Callaspo left that left leg a little too far behind. When you do that, the glove automatically is not going to be as easy to get down.
That error is the third committed by Callaspo this spring. So here's Pacheco. He's a right-handed batter. First pitch, and that one is low. Early going here. Richards getting a lot of ground balls.
Consider he started with a walk, and after that it's a little reminder as to make them put the ball in play, pitch to contact.
Pacheco is 26 years old. He was with the Rockies. He also played in AAA last year. Hit .286 with Colorado last season. Only 21 games. Runner goes. The pitch hits lifted in the air down the right side. Long run for Torrey, and he's not going to get to it. That ball will drop in for a base hit. The base runner, Kadire, wasn't sure if Hunter was going to catch it, so he only goes from first to second. But it is a bloop hit, and they have two on with one out for Willeen Rosario, the catcher.
Not a bad pitch location-wise. East-west, way inside, just a little bit higher than Richards wanted it. But you can see the action he gets in that fastball. And the one thing about Garrett Richards, you know, been talking about cleaning up his delivery, making it easy to repeat. That's why, Terry, over and over this spring we've seen more quality pitches repeated, location-wise, and also the height of the pitches.
So here's Rosario, who's having a very good spring, hitting .464. He's had 3 home runs for the Rockies. He's been kind of tabbed as their catcher of the future. And the pitch. He fouls that one off on the right side, backing out of play.
That's a label that Carlos Santana of the Indians came up with. Just a very confident young man.
He has had some injury history in the past. He has never had 300 at-bats in a season. He was in 16 games with Colorado last year, and spent most of last season in Double-A, where he had 21 home runs. He's also been a good catch and throw guy in the minors. Rosario throwing out 41% of would-be base stealers in the minors. Here's the pitch. He lifts it in the air into right field. The ball carrying, but Torrey has a beat on it. He'll make the catch. The runner at second. Kadire will tag and move to third on the fly out. 2 outs in the inning, and now Tyler Colvin will be the next batter with runners at first and third.
It's a pretty good swing there from the young catcher going the other way. And that's why part of the issue they're going to have with him is to make sure there's always that coverage. You see the way he's kept his head down, very good. But in the big leagues, he will see better breaking balls, righty sliders, staying on it. And you know, one thing they're asking Terry as a young catcher with Rosario is you got to almost keep the mentality of the way you call a game. That's going to make your transition easier into becoming a better hitter at this level. We call Benji Molina. Always said that made him a better hitter. Thinking like a catcher up there with a bat.
Here's Tyler Colvin at the plate. He is a left-handed batter. He takes that one for a strike. He's having a nice spring for the Rockies. Played a lot. The guy they got from the Cubs for Ian Stewart in the offseason. He's hitting .390 this spring.
This guy loves a fastball.
0-1 the count. Next pitch, and he takes that one low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So you see that breaking the ball there called by Iannetta, who in his National League days saw some Tyler Colvin with the Cubs.
Colvin last year had a rough year with the Cubs. He hit only .150 and eventually got sent down to the minors. The pitch, late swing there, and he rips that one back to the seats behind the Rockies dugout on the third base side. Hopefully everyone's okay. One ball, 2 strikes. Brandon Wood would be up next. Scoreless in the second. Rockies have a 2-out threat with runners at first and third. Here's the Well, before the pitch comes in, a bluff on a pickoff by Richards out there on the mound. In the bottom of the second, the Angels will send Hunter, Wells, and Morales to the plate against left-hander Drew Pomerantz. Richards is set from the stretch. Pitch out, nothing brewing. And the count 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hey, keep in mind that Chris Iannetta knows a little bit about these Rockies and the tendencies from his former manager now watching him, Jim Tracy. Iannetta traded for Tyler Chatwood, pitcher who's had a rough spring for the Rockies.
Yep, he has. And again, a fake pickoff play by Richards out there on the mound. Runner at third is Kadire. He reached on an error in this inning. The runner at first, Pacheco, got a bloop hit.
Let's talk about Chatwood, 7.94 ERA.
The count is 2-2. Next pitch, and that one is in there. It throws Colvin. He came in off speed. A breaking ball struck him out, and that will end the inning.
Loves that fastball. Why not?
So the first strikeout of the day, a big one for Richards. The inning is over for Colorado. No runs. They had their first hit, 1 Angel error, and 2 runners left. Bottom of the second inning coming up. No score on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fans, subscribe to MLB.TV Premium today and watch over 150 select spring training games live with no blackouts, and every regular season game live or on demand on your favorite devices. Visit Angels.com for details. First batter up for the Angels is Torrey Hunter, and he takes the first pitch and missed for a ball from Pomerantz. It's 1-0. Hunter, Wells, and Morales, the batters here in the second inning. No score in Tempe. Beautiful day for baseball today. 70 degrees at game time. Bright sunshine. And the next pitch, another pitch taken. It's in there. It's 1-1.
Torrey Hunter's average, yeah, pretty decent, 308. One thing I'd like to see more of is driving the ball from Torrey.
He has not had a home run this spring, and he takes that one outside. 2-1 the count.
A little more backspin on some of the balls he's been hitting the other way. It comes with timing, and it comes with the effects of more repetitions.
2-1 pitch. He takes a big swing at that one and fouls it back to our right out of play. 2-2 on Hunter. The Angels will take on the Giants tomorrow. We thought we were going to have a Weaver-Lincecum pitching matchup, but that will not be the case tomorrow. The 2-2 fouled back to the backstop. Weaver will pitch tomorrow, but in a minor league game, and left-hander Brad Mills will end up pitching for the Angels. And the way it sounds right now, Lincecum will still go for the Giants.
Controlled environment again. That's what Mike Scioscia is looking for with Weaver as he takes the biggest leap now.
There's a pitch that's low and inside.
In fact, Weaver has had a tough time getting his innings and pitch counts in these regular games. 2 times this spring, Mike Scioscia has had to go get him because of high pitch counts.
Right. He's taking him out during an inning as opposed to completing an inning.
That's why he's going to pitch in a control environment tomorrow.
Here's one that's fouled off by Torrey to our right, back and out of play. So a pretty good battle going on here with the count full. Vernon Wells waiting on deck. Pomerantz has a new baseball. The big lefty delivers the 3-2, and Torrey smacks it down to third base side. Fielded by Pacheco. Long throw, and he just gets him at first base for the out.
Tell you one thing about Pomerantz is he may not be repeating a location a whole lot back to back or doubling up, as they say, but by working the breaking ball, showing it enough to a couple of veteran hitters, talking about Pujols and now Torrey Hunter, and not staying with one pattern location wise, he's done a good job, in breaking a couple of bats and getting in some of these veterans' kitchens.
Pomerantz is from Mississippi. He was born in Collierville, Tennessee, and he still lives there. He pitched collegiately at the University of Mississippi. 1 ball, no strikes to count. And the pitch, swing and a miss by Vernon. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It was a nice and easy delivery. He got that fastball up in the zone by Vernon. It's another way of creating deception. It's not just how you height the ball. It's also if you were very deliberate and your ball explodes.
Next delivery, that one is swung on and missed. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Vernon Wells. Morales waiting on deck. Pomerantz okays the sign. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Fly ball lifted to right field. Long run for Colvin. The ball is traveling foul, and it's out of Colvin's reach. Dyer, the first baseman, was also in pursuit, but a foul ball. Vernon will stay alive.
Drew Pomerantz reminds me of, Terry, Jim Abbott. Jim Abbott, clean, slow, deliberate, and a good arm from the left side.
Reminds me a little bit of Brett Anderson of the Oakland A's. There's a pitch that is swung on and missed, and down on strikes goes Vernon Wells.
Well, that's Jim Abbott and Brett Anderson.
There you go.
The only thing is, we got to keep Brett Anderson healthy somehow.
Yep. So 2 are gone, and here is Morales, who gets a nice round of applause. He's had 9 at-bats for the Angels this spring, 5 hits, 1 of them a home run. So he bats from the right side against the lefty. First pitch on the Angels switch hitting DH. That's high and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
Keep in mind as he bats from the right side, push-off leg is the stronger one. The landing leg is the one, of course, where he suffered that devastating injury. And where he has all that protection. Becomes more of a takeoff leg after you hit.
1-0 pitch. It misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. Outfield is straightaway. Infield is backed up. The 2-0 pitch. It's a liner into right field for a base hit. So Kendricks keeps on swinging that bat. He's 6 for 10 since he's gotten a chance to play for the Angels here in the Cactus League. 2-out hit, the Angels' first hit of the game. And the batter will be Bobby Abreu.
Seems like Kendry has had the plan of from the right side, staying back and driving the ball the other way. 2 base hits from the right side, both to the same spot. It's a good way to get your timing right there.
So here's Abreu, who's had a difficult spring. He's hitting just 108. He's had 4 hits, 37 at bats. 1 run batted in. Lefty against lefty. And the pitch. And that one on Bobby. It's in there for a called strike. Abreu is the only left-handed hitter in the Angels lineup against this left-hander Drew Pomerantz. Morales has the lead off first, and the next pitch on Abreu. Breaking ball a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
There's no doubt Bobby has been getting his at-bats. Even a day like today, you know, in the past, the pattern for Mike Scioscia, maybe it would have been to not start him against this lefty. But he's asked for it, and he's getting his at-bats.
He was in the lineup all day yesterday, and he fouls that one off on the left side, backing out of play.
It also has to do with Peter Borges playing all 9 innings yesterday, so he's off today. Along with Mark Trumbo, both have scheduled off days. As Vernon moves to center field, Bobby it's inserted in left field.
Abreu was the Angel DH yesterday in the victory here. Here's the next pitch. He worked him inside, backs him off the plate. Pitch missed. 2-2 the count. Fans, don't forget Angels baseball is back. Individual game tickets for the 2012 season are now on sale. You can make your plans to be a part of Big Bang Fridays and Family Sundays and many promotional nights. Angels facing great opponents like the Yankees and the Red Sox. Purchase your tickets at angels.com or the Angel Stadium ticket office. Next delivery on the 2-2, a fastball high and away, full count.
21 pitches for the lefty. He was a little upset right there, kicking the dirt after he delivered that one. Bobby needs to think hit here. Hit all the way in your mind and then take if it's ball 4.
Callaspo waiting on deck, the 8-hole hitter. 3-2 pitch. Morales on the move. Pitch lifted foul down the left side. Chasing and running out of room. It's Pacheco. It's back to the seats and out of play.
Here's that swing by Bobby Abreu is what's been happening a lot to him this spring. Here it seems like he's fighting the ball a lot. There's little extension. He's flying open. Not able to really get the bat to the zone, but dragging it through the zone. That was a good example on that pitch there.
So the count remains full. Pomerantz ready. Next pitch. And a broken bat bouncer softly hit the short. It's fielded by Scudero. The throw to first in plenty of time. Abreu and the Angels are retired here in the second. No runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left. Third inning we go. There's no score on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fans, one of the most popular giveaways of the season is coming up on April the 7th. The Angels will take on the Kansas City Royals with game time at 1:10 at the Big A. All fans in attendance will receive a Big A fleece blanket courtesy of State Farm while supplies last. To purchase your tickets, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or angels.com. No score, each team with one hit as we start off the third inning, and Brandon Wood will lead it off for the Rockies against Garrett Richards. First pitch on Wood. He pops this one up on the first base side. Pujols over near the seats. Might have room. No, it's going to go about 2 rows back out of his reach. So it's 0-1 on Brandon Wood. Wood certainly familiar with Tempe Diablo Stadium.
You imagine what could be going through his mind right now.
Right.
A lot of emotions, and a lot of the same eyes that saw him develop in the minor leagues and then saw him struggle in the big leagues with the staff and people in the front office.
Here's the pitch on its way, and he pops another one up, foul, back behind the plate. This one is going to get back and out of play. First, Brandon Wood grew up not too far away from this ballpark. He's from Scottsdale. He now lives here in Arizona in the offseason. 0-2 the count. Non-roster invitee with the Rockies this spring, trying to win a spot. He's had a pretty good spring with Colorado. Was taking that last pitch. Wood this spring for the Rockies, hitting .278. 36 at bats, 10 hits. He's driven in 3 runs. And today we see him play second base for Colorado. We know he can play short, and we know he can play third. And here's a pitch that he swings and misses. The ball got away from Iannetta. He recovers but has no throw to first base. So Wood reaches first on the strikeout.
Well, mission accomplished on one side, and that is by great execution on Garrett Richards. Nice downward spiral on that one. But Iannetta, not the best job of blocking that pitch.
So we'll see if it goes down as a strikeout wild pitch or pass ball.
For Iannetta, it's also getting familiar with all these different things he's going to see from different pitchers, and spins and moves and some cement mixers here and there with that slider. But he should have done a better job centering that ball and blocking it.
It'll go down as a strikeout wild pitch. So runner on, toss over to first. Wood got back. Scudero is the batter. He walked to lead off this game. We're scoreless here in the third inning in Tempe. First pitch on Scudero, a fastball low and in. 1 ball, no strikes.
Scudero from Venezuela. You see that last name, Scutaro. He's got some Italian in that blood. He's from San Felipe in Venezuela. Guy that many saw maybe as a player coach in the minor leagues 6 years ago. There he is, productive big league player still.
Here's the pitch on him. He thought about bunting it, takes it, it's in there for a strike. Scudero spent 8 years in the minors before getting an opportunity at the major league level, and he's been in the big leagues for a long time now. He is 36 years old.
And it was through a waiver claim in October that he finally got a break. You know, one thing about Scudero is he says, I'll always be very thankful to one organization, and that's the Oakland Athletics. Gave me a chance to play and did not tag me as a utility guy right from the get-go.
He's a career .270 hitter, and he takes that one for a strike on the outside part of the plate. 1-2 on Marco Scudero. Red Sox traded him over to the Rockies in the offseason for pitcher Clayton Mortensen. Scudero hit .299 last year with Boston.
Big hole between first and second. He's got good bat control.
No outs, runner at first. The pitch. Scudero bounces one out near Ibar. Could be 2. Ibar goes to the bag at second, throws to first. It is a double play. The second one the Angels have turned in the first 3 innings.
And the show goes on. Gold glove for you. It's not an easy play because you're caught in between the ball not being hit very hard. You're trying to find the base. Your body's going in one direction. But he's got great body control to be able to come across the bag and flip it in the air and have something behind that throw. The Angels know what they have in Eric Ibar. He wants to be an Angel, and hopefully he'll be here for a long time.
Ibar is putting on a clinic defensively today as Fowler foul tips the first one into the mid of Iannetta.
Well, you think, Terry, about how hard it is to find a shortstop they can count on for 145, 150 some games.
Right.
Not in a team that's trying to build, but in a contending ball club.
Ibar has not committed a single error this spring. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. And the Angels bat in the bottom of the third in a scoreless game. Callaspo, Iannetta, and Ibar will be the batters against Pomerantz. 2 strikes to count on Fowler. The 0-2, swing and a miss. He got him, struck him out, and that'll end the inning. So a pair of strikeouts in the inning for Richards, who has 3 in the first 3 innings today. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and in the inning, no one left on base. Bottom of the third coming up in Tempe. No score on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Go to the bottom of the third inning. Alberto Callaspo, the switch-hitting infielder for the Angels, will lead it off. He bats from the right side against the lefty Pomerantz, who delivers a pitch inside for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Callaspo has a .375 batting average this spring. 1-0 pitch. He takes that one for a called strike.
All he does is hit, show up every day, work hard. Came into camp about 12 pounds lighter. It was very obvious, Terry, from the first week that he was moving around much better than last year.
And the next pitch, that's fouled back behind the plate. So the count 1-2.
He can play second base. We know he can play third base. He's going to put the ball in play for you, get on base.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's popped back foul on the right side, backing out of play. Look at the Angels starting lineup today. And 5 of the 9 hitters in the lineup are all 28 years old, including Callaspo, including Iannetta, who's waiting on deck, Ibar, Kendrick, Morales as well. Here's the pitch, and that one kind of handcuffed the catcher a little bit, Rosario, for a ball. It's 2-2, so there's a lot of young veterans on this Angel club.
And keep in mind, young guys that have already had the experience of a big rivalry and also playing for something in the regular season. And for some young guys and veteran guys, sometimes they've never experienced that.
Count even, it's 2-2. Next pitch, lifted foul on the right side, out of play. So we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fans, Welk Resorts and Angels Radio AM 830 have teamed up to bring you the official AM 830 fan club. Get AM 830 event and team news and updates all season long. Log on to am830fanclub.com. That's am830fanclub.com. Here's the 2-2 once again, and just getting a piece of it is Callaspo. The count remains 2-2.
Getting back to, playing for something all the way till the last few games of last season for the Angels, but that's so valuable for a Borges, a Trimble, a Conger, a Walden. Those are things, a Casaba. Having gone through that, of course, Kendricks, Ibar, they've been through to the playoffs and all that.
Next pitch, Callaspo lifts a mile-high fly ball to left field. Gonzalez shading his eyes out there, under waiting. He'll squeeze it, and that's the first out.
Then you add to that mix a couple guys that had never gone through it, and they were talking about it openly last year. Vernon Wells and Scott Downs saying, boy, first time of our careers, we're playing significant games on September 20th.
Iannetta will be the batter. And hopefully some of those players you mentioned, Jose, will benefit from the experience last year, even though it was a disappointing year overall for the Angels. But certainly things look a lot brighter here in 2012.
You can take it the right way. You learn from it. You know what to expect. Makes you a more mature player.
Here's the 1-0 on Iannetta. And he looks that one over, and that pitch misses. 2-0. Got to think Iannetta might have been behind the plate for a start or two of the Pomeranz last year with the Rockies. He had 4 starts with Colorado last year when Iannetta was their starting catcher, and the pitch is outside. It's now 3-0.
Well, whatever he knows, if he's able to transfer it here. Especially knowing if there's a lot of life on that fastball late in the zone.
Next pitch, 3-0. He's taking all the way. It's right in there for a strike. 3-1. Pomeranz had pretty good control last season when he was in A and AA. He walked only 20 batters in 119 innings. Delivers a strike there, and he's battled the count now on Iannetta to 3-2. He walked 5 and 18 in a third innings with the Rockies in the 4 starts he had with them a year ago. So a full count, 1 out, no one on. The payoff pitch, and it's a little bit high. It missed outside. Iannetta ends up with a 1-out walk. Angels have a base runner for Eric Ibar.
Well, that's one thing that Jim Tracy, his former manager, knows. Iannetta has the ability to keep an inning alive because he has a good eye. Pretty good idea. High on base percentage for a catcher.
Here's Ibar, who grounded out to first base his first time up. If you're just tuning in or rejoining us, we're in the bottom of the third. No score, each team with 1 hit. Angels have a runner on at first with 1 out. These 2 teams will be finished playing each other here in the Cactus League, but they will square off in interleague play. And the Angels will be in Colorado for a weekend series the second weekend in June, the 8th, 9th, and 10th. And after that, the Angels go to play the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. 1 ball, no strikes, the count here on Eric. He looks one over. It's right in there for a called strike. 1-1.
On that trip to Denver, I'm trying to see if we can arrange a Terry Smith batting practice session. I'd love to see Terry Smith go deep in Colorado. And early BP, as you know, once in a while, Mike Scioscia will allow us to go down there and shag a little bit.
Not going to happen, Jose.
Terry's thin air. Come on.
It could be the thinnest of air in the history of the world, and I'm not going to hit a ball over the wall anywhere.
Maybe we can talk Gooby into taking some hacks.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Light breeze, not much of a factor right now. It's blowing in a little bit at the moment. The pitch bounced by the mound, out behind second and out of the reach of Wood, and it goes through into center field. Boy, when that left the bat, it looked like it might possibly be a double play ball, but Wood, who's playing second, went diving to stop it, and the ball was eluding him and rolled through to Fowler in center field. So a hit for Ibar. The Angels have runners at first and second with 1 out for Kendrick.
I don't know that he saw it very well. In fact, he did not get after that ball, the way he should have, and trying to center it a little bit more. Not saying here that it was a routine play, but you can tell that Brandon Wood is not very familiar with the angle coming from that side.
Yeah. Let's pause for station identification here on the Angels Baseball Network. The catcher, Willeen Rosario, goes out to have a word with Pomerantz as Howie Kendrick is just standing around the batter's circle waiting.
Terry, you're talking to me about the size of Brandon Wood's glove. You're right.
Yeah, he's playing second base, and that's not your typical middle infielder glove that he's using. He has a big glove on. So here is Howie Kendrick. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch, and the first one is in there, a breaking ball for a strike. Albert Pujols waiting on deck.
Now keep in mind that pattern. Pomerantz is not backing away from his plan. That was not an automatic fastball count for him.
The lefty checks second, delivers the 1-strike pitch, and Howie late with the swing, fouls it off on the right side. So he's in the hole, 0-2. Pomerantz, the starter for the Rockies in his 3 starts with them this spring, and now the catcher is going to talk to him again. They're having some trouble getting on the right page as far as the signals.
Yeah, they finally get somebody to second base, and now it's not just one sign, so you have to work on that sequence combination. And it's a learning process for Pomerantz, also for the young catcher Rosario.
Pomerantz has not given up an earned run this spring. Angels are threatening here against him with 1 out. 2 strikes to count on Kendrick, and the 0-2. That one's low. That was off speed, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, this at bat serves, he's throwing the breaking ball. He's throwing him 1 fastball up in the zone. I think sometimes we overuse the Pujols presence to think guys are just going to feed fastballs at Howie Kendrick just because Albert's on deck. It's the big leagues.
Pomerantz has a very good curveball. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's high and away. So the count level, 2-2.
What a lot of guys will tell you that have been in that situation, hitting in front of powerful hitters through the years, is the one you get, don't miss it.
Right. And the good ones are the ones that when they get it, they do something with it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next delivery, and Howie got fooled on that one. He did not get off a good swing at all as they worked him inside, struck him out.
That's a lot of life and late cut on this one on Howie Kendrick. And that's that fastball that he's been cutting inside, the one that he broke Albert's bat with in the first inning, and also the one he tied up Torrey Hunter with early in the game.
So Pujols will be the batter. He popped out to the third baseman Pacheco his first time up. Angels have set the table for him. We'll see if he can take advantage of the situation with 2 outs. Lead runner at second. That's Iannetta. On at first is Ibar.
Interesting at bat here as the Angels threatened, but with Pujols the last time up, it was a pattern of outside, inside, never repeating in the same spot in consecutive pitches. Let's see.
Here's the pitch, and the first one is right in there for a called strike.
Excellent breaking ball there.
Yep. Here
we go again.
So the catcher Rosario once again out to have a word with Pomerantz.
So I wonder what kind of combination they're using that's making it so difficult for them to communicate here. And keep in mind, pitchers and especially young guys are very aware of the guy at second base. Is he doing anything to help the hitter out? And it could be a distraction.
Rosario and Pomerantz worked together a little bit in Double-A last year. The pitch on its way, and that's in there for a strike.
The other factor here, Terry, is Iannetta. Remember, he caught Pomerantz, so whatever combination or sequence had to be changed quickly because Iannetta's at second base.
Right, and they have a hunch that he might be stealing the signals, maybe relaying it to the hitter. 2 strikes the count. And the 0-2 on Albert. He smacks it down the third base side. Good stop by Pacheco, but a foul ball. That was a nice play by the third baseman to stop it, but the ball is foul.
There were nice reactions out there by the youngster.
They figure to have Casey Blake playing third base for them.
For how many games?
That's the thing.
He's already had neck issues here in spring training.
Yep. And Pacheco is a guy who can play a lot of positions. He can play third, he can play first, he can play second, he can even do a little catching for you, so good versatility. He's at third base today. Here's the 0-2 once again on Albert. He takes that one low. That was pitch number 27 in the inning. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that puts him at 67 total pitches.
And again, Rosario has a word with Pomerantz. So the catcher is really trying to assist the pitcher through this inning. One ball, 2 strikes on the Angels' first baseman. Pomerantz is ready. And again, the 1-2 pitch. This one is chopped on a high hop to third. Pacheco charges, has it, throws, and gets it to first in time. The Angels threaten but fail to score here in the third inning. Second time today, Pujols has hit a ball to the Rockies' third baseman. No runs. The Angels had a hit, a walk, no errors, and leave a pair. No score after 3. We head to the 4th on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. We get ready to move to the 4th inning. Eric Ibar, who suffered what we thought might have been a finger problem early in this ball game, has now been taken out, and Meiseris Torres will take over at shortstop for the Angels. So if we get any word on Ibar, we'll certainly mention it. Carlos Gonzalez will lead things off as we head to the fourth inning. A scoreless game, Angels and Rockies. Gonzalez hit into a double play his first time up. And here's the pitch. That is a strike on the outside corner.
Well, we've seen the first third of the ballgame, Terry, with two young pitchers with good arms. Just finding their way out of trouble.
Here's the pitch. That one is a little bit low.
Both of them pretty good size. Nice deliveries.
And both fighting for a spot on their club's opening day roster and starting rotation, for that matter. Here's the pitch. Bounced on the right side. It's right at Albert. He will solo to the bag and easily beat Gonzalez for the out.
We're hoping to have a report for you soon about Jerome Williams, who was starting the game in the minor league side today for the Angels. He was slated to go 3 innings or 45 pitches, and that is his first outing this spring for Jerome Williams.
He's been down since the 2nd of March because of a hamstring problem. Giambi will be the batter. And he grounded out to short his first time up. They have the shift on. 3 infielders on the right side. Giambi takes low and in.
Giambi's a beauty, man. This guy is not playing for money. He plays because he loves the game of baseball. He has admitted to past mistakes, moved on, different role now as a bench guy. But you talk about getting on base for 16 years. This guy has an on-base percentage over 400. 7 different seasons with 100+ walks received.
Here's the 1-1. He lifts it in the air down the left side. Long run for Vernon for Bobby Abreu, and Bobby drops the ball. He dropped the ball, and at first base with 1 out will be Giambi. It'll be an error on Abreu, the left fielder.
Well, he didn't appear to be having any problems with the sun. I mean, he got under the ball. Maybe at the last minute might have lost it when that ball came back to him with that spin off the left-handed bats.
So that puts a runner on at first base with 1 out. The Angels have committed their 2nd error in the ballgame, and Kadire will be the next batter.
And the spring continues to get a little harder now for Bobby Abreu.
Yeah, nothing is coming easy for him. That's true here in the Cactus League. Been a tough spring for Abreu. At the plate now is Kadire. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it off on the right side. We were talking about Pomerantz, who's pitching for them today, trying to win a spot in their rotation, and then also when Giambi was batting, talking about a veteran at age 41. But Giambi is by far not the oldest player in their camp. One that's considerably older than him, who's also bidding for a spot in their starting pitching rotation, is Jamie Moyer, who is 49 years old.
And by the way, carries an ERA of 1.00 right now in camp for the Rockies.
Right. And he might end up winning a spot on their opening day roster. The pitch, that's high for a ball. 2-1 to count. Moyer has been out because of Tommy John elbow surgery going back to December of 2010. He didn't pitch at all last year, but on the comeback trail again and pitching very well. 2-1 on Kadire, and it comes in, and the pitch hits him. He's hit by the pitch, and he will be awarded first base.
Like Social wants help. He's asking Jim Wolf out there, first base umpire right now, if there's contact with the bat or if there's a swing.
Right, if he actually swung at that pitch. But it will be a hit batsman, so now they have runners at first and second with 1 out. Pacheco will bat. He singled his first time up.
I can't say enough, Terry, about Jamie Moyer and Giambi. I mean, think about the battles they've had on the mound and at the batter's box.
Infield, a double play depth. Callaspo at third. He's in a bit, and there's a pitch lined into left field for a base hit. Abreu has it. He'll fire it back to the infield, and the lead runner, who is Giambi, who doesn't run very well, he will stop once he gets to third base. So they don't score on it, but they have runners everywhere with one out. And the batter will be the catcher, Rosario.
A different type of inning here for Garrett Richards. The error by Abreu, the hit batsman, now the single. Not all his doing, but right now he has to again find a way to retire Rosario, who he saw with 2 men aboard the first time he saw him in the second inning.
So Richards could use a ground ball here. The Angels have already turned a couple of double plays behind him. Richards has a good sinker, and he's facing the catcher, who doesn't run all that well. So we'll see if he can get out of this mess here with one out. No score, bases loaded. Fourth inning, the pitch, and the first one right in there for a called strike.
We saw the good swing by Rosario the first at bat, keeping that head down and going the other way. My guess is thinking more to stay on that right side of the field, unless something slow and in comes in.
0-1 pitch. And he lifts a fly ball into left field. Bobby Abreu battling the sun out there, circling under. He'll make the grab. Giambi's going to tag, and he will come in to score. The Rockies get a run. They brought some of their fans here today. And it's 1-0 Colorado as a result of the sac fly off the batter Rosario here in the fourth.
Well, the good thing there for Bobby Abreu, he got behind that ball, no issues with the sun this time, and by getting behind the ball and getting some momentum, he was able to stop Kadire from attempting the tag at second base.
So Colvin will bat with runners at first and second, 2 outs. The run in the inning is unearned. And now Colvin stepping up to the plate. He was called out on strikes his first time up, left-handed batter. Richards delivers, and the first pitch tipped foul right by home. Fans opening weekend is approaching. The 2012 season kicks off on Friday night, April the 6th. The Angels will take on Kansas City with game time at 7:05. Opening night will include a pregame flyover, the first Big Bang Friday of the season. Don't miss out on this exciting night and opening weekend. Purchase your tickets at the Angels Stadium ticket office or at angels.com. 1 strike pitch on Colvin. He grounds one through the left side for a base hit. Going into third base is Kadire. He's going to be waved home. Throw to the plate. It's late as he scores. Abreu got to the ball quickly, but the throw is offline, and it's an RBI hit for Colvin, bringing in Kadire. It's 2-0 Colorado.
Well, there's no way Tyler Coleman's going to let another fastball go by, and here Richards has to attack him. This one up in the zone. Nice inside-out swing.
So another unearned run, but it's 2-0 Rockies. Mike Butcher, the Angels pitching coach, is out there to have a word with Garrett Richards.
And the way this inning has developed is something that Jim Tracy would like to see more of, repeating itself during the regular season. They brought a different group this year. You mentioned Casey Blake. You know, we talked about Jamie Moyer, Marco Scudero. Well, guys that are veteran players that have been through the grind, have experienced postseason, but also know during the long season you have to capitalize a little bit more and not just depend on, because you're playing in Colorado, to wait for the long ball.
Brandon Wood will be the next batter. Wood struck out his first time up, but he reached base safely on the strikeout. It was a strikeout wild pitch. He's their 9-hole hitter. And with 2 outs to pitch on him, he looks it over and misses for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. And the Angels bat in the bottom of the 4th, trailing right now 2-0. Hunter, Wells, and Morales against Pomerantz. Here's the 1-0. Fouled back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hanging breaking ball. Brandon Wood not quite ready for that one. Well, here's a Brandon Wood, Terry, that we see so often with 2 strikes. It's unbelievable.
The count's 1-1 on him right now. And the next delivery, that's inside 2-1. Yeah, always seemed in his career with the Angels, he was behind in the count and batting a lot with 2 strikes, as you mentioned. And that's tough for any hitter to hit for a high average when you're batting all the time with 2 strikes on you every at bat. Here's the 2-1, and he bounces that one foul, so now he has 2 strikes on him. Here it's 2-2.
Now we can go to the following stat. After 2 strikes, Wood hits around 120 in his career.
Brandon Wood in his major league career is a sub 200 hitter. In fact, last year he hit 216 between the Angels and the Pirates, and that was a career high for him at the major league level. 2-2 pitch, fouled back and not far away from our booth upstairs here. Still 2-2 on Wood. Richards has made a lot of pitches in this inning. He's made 20.
This now stands at 54. And this is an outing that should have him around the 75-80 mark.
He's not out of the inning yet. They have 2 on with 2 outs. And the 2-2 pitch. And that one freezes. Wood struck him out, a breaking ball, and the inning is over. So the Rockies do get a pair, a couple of unearned runs. They had 2 hits in the inning, 1 error, a hit batsman, and they leave 2 runners on. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. It is 2-0 Colorado on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. The 4th inning. He looks at the first pitch from lefty Pomerantz, a little bit low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Rockies look like they might be getting a little movement in their bullpen. We'll see. And the next pitch, it's fouled off to our right, backing out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, that was pitch number 57 already for Drew Pomerantz. So he's had to battle through 21 pitches in the 4th inning. He only made 11 in the 3rd, 15 in the 2nd, but only made 8 in the 1st inning.
1-1 on Hunter, low and away. 2-1 the count. Hope you're enjoying the action today wherever you're following us on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Terry Smith, Jose Mota, and Darren Chan with you on this Monday as Torrey chases a high one right there and misses it. It's 2-2.
And his body language says, "What am I chasing that one for?" You see that reaction there?
Yeah.
And Pomeranz has been throwing a lot of letter, shoulder, high fastballs, and the Angels have been chasing them.
2-2 pitch. That one just missed a little bit outside. It's a full count. Rockies last season finished in 4th place in the National League West. They had a sub-500 record last year. They were 73-89. And the 3-2, it's grounded foul right into their dugout on the third base side. Still a full count.
Back in 2007, they're involved in one of the most exciting finishes in baseball. A tiebreaker against the Padres with controversy at the end.
Here's the 3-2. And it's skied foul. Headed our way. Back it out of play. So it's still 3 balls and 2 strikes. You were mentioning 2007, and that's when they went all the way to the World Series against the Red Sox. They had that run where they went 21-1. That
was unreal.
That was in September, and then taking them into the postseason as well. Here's a bouncer hit behind second. Wood tries to scoop it on the short hop, can't do it, and the ball skips into center field, and Torrey is on with an infield hit.
That's another tough play that should have been made. There's where Brandon Wood got caught in between. Do I stay back or do I come in? As a second baseman, you can't be caught in that kind of hop if you're coming in. We can tell Terry, a couple of balls hit to him already where he just does not look comfortable.
Right. Wood playing second base. So here's Vernon Wells. He's the tying run at the plate, and the first pitch. He chops that one on the third base side. Pacheco has it, throws, and it's the first base that'll get Wells. Hunter moves up to second and is there with one out for Kendrys Morales.
So met at second base, and Rosario and Pomeranz are visiting again. You think by now they might have found something that works?
We'll see what Morales can do here. Torrey will get the lead off second base. Morales went the opposite way and lined a single into right field his first time up, and he has been very impressive at the plate since the Angels started to let him appear in games here in the Cactus League. He's 6 for 10. He takes a breaking ball low and away. A hit could mean a run. Angels down by a couple here in the fourth. We haven't gotten any word yet on Ibar leaving the ball game. We thought it was some sort of a hand or finger injury on a ball he fielded early in the game. The pitch, that's fouled off on the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike on Morales.
Hopefully more precautionary than anything else. As I mentioned earlier, he had a serious injury to his pinky on a diving play in Toronto a couple of years back where he was put on the disabled list. We hope it's not related to that.
Right. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch, that's low and outside. Another off-speed pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fans, Saboba Casino, Southern California's premier gaming and entertainment hotspot. Saboba Casino voted the loosest slots in the Inland Empire 4 years running. Saboba Casino, where winning is just beginning. Outfield is straight away. Morales awaits the 2-1 pitch as Pomeranz checks second. Hunter, good size lead off the bag. The 2-1 pitch, that's lined into center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Torrey will be waved home. Fowler's throw will go to second. Hunter scores. Morales does it again. He's had his second hit today. He's now 7 for 11 this spring. It's 2-1 Colorado.
Man knows how to hit. Another letter high fastball. He was more than ready for this one. Great top hand. Nice flat swing. Kendrys, he flipped the bat so hard. He flipped the bat toward the third baseline. Dino Evil had to go retrieve it for him.
So his right-handed swing has looked good today, facing the lefty. Batter now is Bobby Abreu. He grounded out his first time up.
Torrey Hunter looks a little gassed out there.
Here's the pitch on Abreu, and Bobby takes a fastball high and in. 1-0 the count. Rockies got 2 in the top of the inning. Angels have scored a run here in the bottom of this 4th inning and trying to get some more. Here's the next pitch on Abreu. He takes another one high, and the count 2 balls, no strikes.
There's around the time when a lot of players start saying it's time to start the season. Okay, this is getting a little bit too long now. And you know, going back to Kendrys Morales, he's ready to get out of just the Valley of the Sun. He has been here rehabbing before all this started. Spent the winter here, making sure he was under great supervision. He's ready to hit Southern California. That'll happen very soon.
Right.
A week from today at the Big A. Exhibition against the Dodgers.
Here's the 2-0, and Abreu fouls that one back. He was jammed on that pitch right there. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Does not look comfortable, unfortunately. Here's a pitch he's fighting off somehow, but it almost, that's not a 2-0 swing.
Right.
That's where you're not seeing the ball well.
Pomerantz checking first, delivers. Abreu swings, and he hits a ball well into center field. Going back on it as Fowler has a beat on it. He'll run it down near the rim of the track. And on the play, Morales is all the way at third base, so he's going to be doubled off of first, and it'll be a fly-out double play to end the inning.
Hey, Kendry, it's still 3 outs, remember?
He'll have to get a mulligan on that one. He drove in the Angel run in the inning, but it ends on that fly-out double play. A nice running catch by Fowler out near the rim of the track in center. In the inning, 1 run, couple of hits, no errors, nobody left. 5th inning coming up. It is 2-1 Colorado. The Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fifth inning we go here in Tempe. It's 2-1 Colorado. Garrett Richards still on the hill, faces Scudero, and the first pitch low and away for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Hey, Terry, can we say that Kendricks just wanted to get his work in, go at first to third?
Yeah. I told you, we'll give him a mulligan on that one. Angels down by a run as we begin the 5th, and the pitch that's low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Scudero, the Rockies leadoff man today, he's walked and hit into a double play. Richards has allowed 3 hits in the game. 2 runs are both unearned, He's walked a batter in the strikeout department. He has 4. He's also hit a batter and thrown a wild pitch. There's one that's outside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. He's already walked Scudero today, and he's having trouble throwing strikes against him here. The 3-0 pitch. That's in there. 3-1 the count. Beautiful day for baseball here in the Valley. Bright sunshine. Another big crowd on hand today here for the Angels. The next pitch right in there for a called strike. So Richards battles back to run the count full.
Angels should be breaking their 100,000 mark here with the fans this afternoon. It has been an energized spring training.
Yeah.
By far.
And the pitch, and that one comes in on Scudero. He hit the deck, and that will be ball 4. He had to get out of the way of that one. That was rising up and in on him. So the leadoff man is aboard.
Landing spot. You can see where the slope of the mound is getting a little drier out there. And when Richards landed on that one, slipped. And that caused his arm to fall the other way and almost hitting Scudero.
So Fowler, the batter, he's gone 0 for 2, and he's just 5 for 42 this spring. He's hitting just a little over 100 this spring. Switch hitter batting left, the pitch. Skied in the air to center field. Vernon Wells waiting for it to come down. He's coming in a bit as well, and he'll make the catch an easy out. 1 gone. Carlos Gonzalez will bat. Fans, we want to remind you the 2nd annual Angels 5K and Fun Run will take place April the 22nd. Participants will run and walk on a baseball-themed course that goes through Angel Stadium and finishes at Fan Fest. All participants receive a commemorative shirt and a voucher for a future Angels game. Sign up today at angels.com/5K. Proceeds from the event will benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. Gonzalez 0 for 2 today. First pitch, that one misses low. Good block on it by Iannetta. 1-0 the count.
One of those special young players already signed to a long-term deal. Gonzalez signed a 7-year contract. Troy Tulowitzki also with the Rockies signed to a long-term deal. And it was all preceded by Todd Helton, who would sign a very long-term deal for the Rockies years back.
You mentioned Helton. He had a 9-year deal that has since expired. Tulowitzki a 10-year deal, and then a 7-year deal that Gonzalez is in the 2nd year in.
So that slope to have been a little problematic. They're finally going to getting a chance to fix it. By the way, there will be a night game here today with minor league players. Will be playing an inter-squad here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Some of the Angels prospects. Johnny Helwig will be on the mound for the Angels, and it's going to be the Angels against the Halos. That's how the squads are split. Matthew Sosha is listed on that roster for tonight. Also as a catcher, first baseman. C.J.
Crone, the Angels' first-round pick last June, will play in that game.
Yeah, Nick Morandi's supposed to throw on that one too. So the new lights, Terry, hopefully will be nice and bright here tonight.
Yep, and the price is right as well. It's free for fans that come out here tonight for that intra-squad game involving Angel minor leaguers. That game will start at 6:30.
Well, we mentioned pitching in the minor leagues today. Jerome Williams, and got a look here for you watching on Fox Sports West as Williams took the mound earlier today, and according to early reports, he passed the test. I think he looks a little amped up on that, doesn't he?
Right. He pitched 3 innings, we're told. Had some strikeouts. We're going to try and get his numbers.
It was against the Athletics at their minor league complex.
Williams was economical in his 3 innings. He threw only 41 pitches. He gave up only 1 hit, no runs. He walked 1 and struck out 4 in 3 innings. So
there you have it.
Some pretty good numbers right there.
That number 5 gets tougher and tougher now.
Well, they've gotten the mound repaired, and Richards will toss over to first base. The runner over there, Scudero, gets back to the bag safely. Gonzalez, the batter, with the count 1 ball, no strikes. We're in the 5th inning, 1 out, 2-1 Colorado. Richards delivers, and it's smacked on the right side, through for a base hit. Going into second and headed for third is Scudero. They have him at the corners with 1 out, and the batter will be Jason Giambi.
Good piece of hitting there by this youngster, Carlos Gonzalez. He's a run producer, also a guy that can do some things in putting runners in motion. Seeing a lot of fastballs up in the zone. Hopefully with this slope now fixed, we'll see more downward action on Richards. We haven't seen a lot of that today, and that has been his strength throughout the spring here. So Terry, Jerome Williams today. Tomorrow, Brett Mills will face the Giants. Jared Weaver will pitch a minor league game tomorrow.
Here's Giambi digging in. He takes the first pitch. It's in there for a strike.
And Mills, the lefty acquired from Toronto, has not allowed an earned run here yet in camp. It's all getting better and better.
Yep. 0-1 the count on the veteran Giambi. He reached on an error his last time up, a fly ball that Abreu dropped in left field. Giambi later scored, and the pitch, that one is low and in, and the ball got away from Iannetta. He tried to block it. The runner at first moves up to second, Gonzalez, so they have runners at second and third with 1 away. Wild pitch. Richards has had some trouble out there on that mound today.
There's some things you find out about yourself and your manager, pitching coach, staff, your teammates find out about you. It hasn't been the easiest of outings, but he's trying to find a way here.
1-1 the count. Infield in, and the next pitch, that's high and away. 2-1. They have pretty good speed on the bases. Gonzalez, the backdoor runner off of second. The lead runner at third is Scudero. 2-1 on Giambi. Lined into center. That's going to drop in and drive in 1, maybe 2. 1 run is scored. Also coming in is Gonzalez from second. Giambi drives in a pair. He had only 2 RBIs this spring, but he adds a couple right there, and now the Rockies have a 4-1 lead.
Now it's as simple as he could make a swing right there and make an adjustment in an RBI situation for Giambi, who for years was known as a guy that would just churn and burn when he was with the Yankees. Now, when he was with the A's, he was a more spread out, well sprayed hitter with power. But of course, why not become a pull hitter, Terry, if you're going to play for the Yankees?
With that short porch, of course, at the old stadium and even the new Yankee Stadium. So here's Kadire with Giambi on at first base. 4-1 Rockies. The pitch. Kadire lifts the first one in the air down the right side. Torrey has a long run chasing over near the stands, and he's going to run out of room. No balls, 1 strike. The leadoff walk in the inning to Scudero comes back to hurt Richards, with Scudero scoring the first of the 2 runs in the inning. Infield playing it at double play depth. Here's the next pitch on Kadire. A little bit outside.
It's a pretty good spot to miss on right there. He is now at 70 pitches.
1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch. That's lined right up the middle. Another hit. Almost the same spot as the one Giambi hit out there to center field. So Kadire is on for the 3rd time today. It's his first hit. They have runners at first and second. They've had 3 straight hits in this inning.
You can see how close these pitches are to the hitter's eyes. That makes it all that much easier for anybody who's up to with a bat, knowing that they're not battling so much the eye level. But a lot of these fastballs from both pitchers, in fact, today have been letter high.
So Pacheco will step up. He's had a pair of hits, and he's had a good spring. He's hitting around 450 for the Rockies. Solid utility man, playing third base for them today. And the pitch, he lifts that one in the air into left center field. Vernon Wells is chasing. He has a beat on it. He's under. He'll put it away. Giambi will tag at second and move on to third on the fly ball deep enough to the outfield. So that's the second out. Runners at the corners, and Rosario, the seventh batter in the inning, will step up.
You can see the communication taking place in left center field between Wells and Bobby Abreu. In that case, Bobby Abreu is pretty much, as you say, you're my eyes. You tell me where this throw needs to go, and Bobby is looking in, watching the guy at first base. That's what he's looking at, to make sure there's no tag or to let him know, hey, that ball needs to go to second base. Good job by the veteran.
Rosario has hit the ball in the air a couple of times, a sac fly and a fly out. 2 outs, the pitch. He was fooled on that pitch low and away. Looked like a pretty good slider right there. It's 0-1.
Willeen Rosario forgot his jersey today. Something that has happened to many players in spring training. So instead of wearing number 38, he looks like an invitee right now.
Right. He is on number 89. Here's the pitch, and that one is low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
One of those rites of spring. Somebody on some trip is going to forget his jersey. That's where you go to the clubby and you have to admit it. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Admitting it to the clubby and then to your teammates going, "What? Why are you wearing that?"
Right. Where's your jersey? Oh, I forgot it. 1-1 pitch. That is low and outside. 2-1 the count. Rockies start to get some action in their bullpen. We'll see if they make a pitching change when we get to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's been a long inning for Richards as he faces his 7th batter here in the 5th inning. He's thrown 20 pitches in the inning. There's another one. It's fouled back to the backstop, and it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rosario, a good young catching prospect. They also changed things up by signing Ramon Hernandez, who had been with the Reds in recent seasons, to a 2-year deal. And that made Iannetta expendable. Of course, the Angels acquired him from Colorado in the offseason. There's a 2-2 delivery that's cut on and missed. He pulled him there, kept him off balance, struck him out, and that'll end the inning. But some damage for the Rockies. They come up with a pair of runs. They did it with 3 hits, also a walk. No errors in the inning. And in the inning, they will end up leaving a couple runners on base. We are headed to the bottom of the 5th. Angels down by 3. It's 4-1 Colorado on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. As the Angels get ready to bat here in the bottom of the fifth inning, a new pitcher for Colorado, Edgmer Escalona, will take over. He is a tall right-hander with a very good arm, a power arm. And he was with the Rockies a little bit last season. In 14 games, his ERA with them was 1.75. He's a hard thrower. And the first pitch on Callaspo, batting from the left side, he takes it for strike one. So Pomerantz, their starter, worked 4 innings. He gave up 4 hits. A run was earned. He walked 1, struck out 2. Next delivery, and that's right in there again. Callaspo down, no balls, 2 strikes. Iannetta and his tourist will follow. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Callaspo fouls that one off on the left side, backing out of play.
The case for Pomerantz, the fact that he just ran out of pitches. 85 through 4 innings. He had innings of 17, 28, and 23. And also a 17 pitch inning. That was a quick 85.
Escalona's next pitch, 2-strike delivery. That one is swung on and missed, and down on strikes goes Callaspo. Callaspo, usually a tough guy to strike out, but he's retired, and Iannetta will be the next batter.
Escalona is out of Venezuela. Power arm, as you mentioned. Also has been the victim of the home run ball in the minor leagues. But somebody that they visualize as a late inning bullpen guy for them. And you saw the breaking ball there. There's no hiding. That one has really improved with his arsenal of 96-plus fastball.
Here's his pitch. It's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play.
You saw his former battery mate jump with the first fastball. There's a reason for that, right?
Yep. Escalona is 6'4", 235-pounder. Iannetta is certainly familiar with him as he bats against them. And the pitch. That is low and outside. You're right about the home run troubles that he's had in the past. He gave up 17 home runs a couple years ago and only 69 innings of relief in the minors.
Oof.
The pitch, and that one is in on Iannetta, and he went around on it. So it's now a ball and 2 strikes. He was questioning the call by the home plate umpire, Gary Darling.
That's called tying somebody up in knots.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. The 2-strike pitch, and that one is swung on and missed. He got him with the hard stuff, struck him out. Pair of strikeouts for Escalona. 2 gone here in the Angels' 5th inning.
Escalona, a lot of flying parts. Also working for that third base side of that rubber. Showing a little bit of his back, and he's not an over-the-top guy. As you can see why he gets a lot of late action on that fastball. Has a little Michael Pineda in him.
Wow.
That size.
So here's his tourist batting for the first time today. Looks that one over. It's in there for a strike. Meiser has been slowed a bit this spring because of hamstring issues. Has had 10 at-bats this spring with 6 hits. And he takes that one low. 1-1. Meiser batting left-handed, the switch hitter against the right-hander Escalona. Next pitch in there for a strike, and he's been pumping in strikes. It's 1-2.
Yeah, this young Venezuelan on the mound is trying to show some people back home I can face these veterans. He already struck out Callaspo, a tough out.
Here's the next delivery. It's chopped right to second. Easy play for Wood. His throw is in time. The Angels have a quiet bottom of the 5th. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left. We're headed to the 6th inning. 4-1 Colorado on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Here we go to the 6th inning. We want to remind Angel fans you can buy 2, get 2 season seats free. That plan is back. You can choose from 9 packages, which start as low as $8.50 a seat per game. Don't miss a second of the action. Reserve your seats today. Call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/season seats. Colvin leading things off. He was around a bunt and tried to hold up on that one. Went around for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. 4-1 Rockies as we start the 6th inning. Richards still on the hill. He's worked 5 full innings. Now pitching here in the 6th, and the next delivery. That one is a little low and outside. 1-1.
Trying to get him to at least 85 pitches. That was pitch number 79 for Garrett.
Of the 4 runs he's allowed, only 2 of them earned. 1-1 pitch. That's bounced by the mound and just out of the reach of Kendrick and through into center field. So Colvin is on with his 2nd hit of the day.
I am telling you, there's not a fastball he doesn't like. Every hitter likes a fastball, but this guy doesn't miss a whole lot of them. And the person that introduced me to that concept a couple years back was Lou Piniella. Saying, watch this guy, and when he sees a fastball, it's like his eyes just get bigger.
He was his manager, right?
Yes, he was. With the Cubs.
Chicago, yeah.
Brought him up, gave him a chance, threw him in the fire, hit 20 home runs for him.
So here's Brandon Wood, who's had an 0 for 2 day, a couple of strikeouts, and he swings and misses a slider for strike 1. Richards so far today, he has struck out 5 in this game. Couple of them against Wood. Next pitch, that's fouled off on the right side, and we were
the count
talking
is?
about it.
What's the count?
2 strikes on Brandon Wood. It seems like it happens every time this guy bats. He just doesn't put the ball in play enough early in the count. 0-2 the count on him. Richards pitch, and he just got a piece of that one, fouling it back behind the plate. Still no balls, 2 strikes on Brandon Wood.
Brandon Wood lost the Arizona State High School Championship game, Terry, in this stadium back in 2003. Horizon High School.
Yeah.
Even though he was born in Austin, Texas. He spent his youth years an all-star all throughout.
Grew up here.
In the Valley of the Sun.
Next delivery, and this one he makes contact but lifts a lazy fly ball to center field. Capping under is Vernon Wells. He'll put it away in fairly shallow center. That's the first out. Wood is 0 for 3. 1 out here in the 6th inning. Scutero will be the batter, and let's pause for station identification on the Angels Baseball Network.
Number 19, Marco Scutero.
Terry Smith, Jose Mota, and Darren Chan, our producer-engineer, with you for Angels Baseball. 4-1 Rockies, a bat here in the 6th. Scutero batting for the 4th time today. He's walked a couple of times. He's also scored a run and hit into a double play, and a toss over to first. Colvin is back safely. Richards taking time, a long look in for the sign. Now he's ready. There goes the runner. The pitch is a ball. Throw down to second, and let's see, is he safe or out? He's safe. The ball got away. Throw is on line, but a little bit low. It skipped away from Kendrick, so a stolen base for Colvin.
Quick release there by Iannetta behind the plate. Just not enough height on that throw. Tough to handle those in-betweeners, and a good job by Sturz behind Kendrick. Iannetta, Terry, I mean, since his injury, that right elbow contusion, since he came back, he's been throwing the ball extremely well.
Yeah.
To me, better than early in camp.
There's a pitch that is up and in, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Kind of think of the Rockies as more of a power club, especially playing half their games at Coors Field in the Mile High City, but they were actually 12th last year in the majors in stolen bases. So they'll run a little bit. Pitch on its way. That one is high. They've also gotten a little bit older, though. We touched on that a little bit as well, but with Helton at 38, Scudero at 36, Blake at 38 years old, Hernandez, who's here now, their catcher, he's 35. It's not a team that figures to be a real huge base stealing team. 3-0 delivery, and that one is a pitch that misses ball 4. So Scudero, for the third time today, walks against Richards, and Mike Socia is going out as Richards has hit his limit as far as pitches today. We'll have a move to the bullpen. So we're going to have a break in the action here with runners at first and second, 1 out. We're in the 6th inning. Rockies are leading the Angels 4-1. A pitching change coming up, and we'll be back with more Angels baseball in a moment. The Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. The new pitcher for the Angels is the big 7-footer from Holland, Luke Van Mill. And he pitched a few days ago when the Angels had that split squad day. He pitched in the game against the Cleveland Indians in Goodyear. That was on Friday. So he's back on the hill for the Angels today, up from minor league camp. Pinch runner at first base for Scudero is Jonathan Herrera. So Scudero's day is over. He went 0 for 1 with 3 walks. And now Van Mill will take over with a couple of runners on base and 1 out. The Angels trailing the Rockies 4-1 here in inning number 6. Dexter Fowler, the batter. Van Mill delivers, and the first pitch, that fastball is in there for a called strike.
Pretty decent fastball. Tends to live up on the zone too much, though. Excellent numbers last year in AA and ERA. Barely above 2. And now the Angels would like to see him just bring that confidence into big league camp. Even though, keep in mind, technically, he has been already assigned to minor league camp.
Here's the 0-1. That's a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Van Mill, 7'1", 260 pounds. The batter Fowler's had an 0 for 3 day. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He takes that one low and inside. The numbers right now on Richards, the starter. He went 5 1/3. He gave up 7 hits. Right now 4 runs, 2 earned. The 2 runners on base, his property. He walked 3 batters, and all 3 walks came against Scudero. And in the strikeout department, he had 5. He hit a batter, and he threw 2 wild pitches. Here's the 2-1 delivery way outside. It's 3-1.
Van Mil's the kind of guy that, he could be intimidating out there with his size, but Terry, he needs to be convinced of that, too, at any level. It's hard to see the ball. By the time this guy lands and throws that arm out in front of his body, he's way ahead of what more pitchers are.
Looks like he's right on top of you. The pitch, there's a swing and a miss by Fowler. He took a big cut at that 3-1 pitch. It's now 3-2.
Nolan Ryan shared with me a long time ago. You throw that baseball with conviction. Once you release the ball, you trust that good things are going to happen from then on. Well, you have to believe.
So we'll see what gives with the 3-2. Van Mil checks second, delivers, and it's hit in the air into center field. Going back after it is Vernon Wells. He makes the catch. The runner at second will go back and tag and advance to third base on the flyout off the bat of Fowler. Colvin, the runner, now at third with Herrera still on at first base. 2 outs.
Rich Tower, third base coach for the Rockies, addressing the fact that Colvin got a late read on that one. He made it safely, though.
Carlos Gonzalez will be the batter. He's had a 1-for-3 day. So Van Mil trying to get the final out and keep this game a 3-run ball game with the Rockies up 4-1. Big right-hander is set, delivers, and a pitch that's cut on a miss for strike 1. 0-1 to count. The Angels in the bottom of the 6th inning will have Kendrick, Pujols, and Hunter stepping up. And we'll see what the Rockies do pitching-wise. They have a left-hander up in the bullpen. Might be done seeing Escalona. Here's the pitch. Wells chases one that's hit well into center field. He's going back on it. It's over his head, and the ball takes a bounce and hits off the wall. They're going to get 1 run in, and they're going to get a second in as well. As doubling in a pair is Gonzalez with a second hit of the game, and the Rockies add on. It's now 6-1.
There's many times where you don't even have to look at the swing or at the point of contact. The sound of the bat tells you that ball is going to travel a long ways. And that came from a very special player like Carlos Gonzalez. Straight up center field inside the ball. Great backspin with that swing.
So Gonzalez doubles in a pair, and his day comes to an end. They'll bring in a pinch runner for him at second. And now Chris Nelson is going to bat for Giambi. Those 2 runs which just scored will go against the starter Richards. As the first pitch on Nelson, he takes, and that's low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Chris Nelson, a hero against the Angels already early in camp. They walk off, beating the Angels and Francisco Rodriguez over at Salt River Fields.
Yep. Here's the next pitch. Fouled off on the right side, back and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Andrew Brown is the pinch runner for Gonzalez at second base. Here's the next pitch, and that one is low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike.
7 hits, 6 runs, 4 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit batter, 2 walks.
Van Mil set 2-1 delivery, fouled back on the right side, out of play. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Book is closed on Richards, the Angels starter. He gives up 6 runs, 4 earned today, and 5 in a 3rd inning, so he had a rough outing. 2-2 the count. Next pitch Grounded on a high hop to third. Long throw for Callaspo to first, but he gets it there in time. Nelson is retired, and that's it for the Rockies here in the 6th inning. But they get 2 more. They've had 3 straight 2-run innings. They did it with a couple of hits in the inning, 1 walk, and they end up leaving 1 runner on base. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. The Angels need runs, trailing 6-1 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Howie Kendrick leads it off for the Angels. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The first pitch was a strike, and the next one is low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. There's a new pitcher on the hill for the Rockies, Matt Reynolds. He is a lefty. Will Nieves is the new catcher. He's a former Angel. Andrew Brown stays in the game in left, and Jonathan Herrera is the shortstop as the next pitch misses ball 2. 2-1 the count on Howie Kendrick. Escalona worked last inning, had a 1-2-3 inning against the Angels with a pair of strikeouts, and now Reynolds takes over in relief. The 2-1 pitch. Howie takes low and away. It's 3-1.
So they go from the lefty Pomeranz to the righty Escalona, who threw mid-90s with a sharp slider, now to another lefty. So their eyes should be a little better trained right now.
3-1 pitch. Howie's bat goes flying way down the left side. And Dino Ebo, coaching third base, will retrieve it as the count is full. 3-2.
That is one of the farthest bat tosses I've ever seen right there. Past the cut of the grass behind third base.
That had some hang time, no doubt.
You know, there's a drill the Japanese players do sometimes, or your hitting coach says, you take a swing and let the bat go past the mound. Let's see how far you can throw it. I'm not kidding.
Well, hopefully the
during practice
is working behind a screen or something. There's a ball that's hit on the third base side. It kind of handcuffs Pacheco and rolls down into the left field corner. Howie is headed for second. He will get there easily on what I believe will be an error on the third baseman, Jordan Pacheco. 2-base error. So Kendrick is aboard. He gets things started. He's in scoring position. Albert Pujols will be the next batter.
Once there's any hesitation at third base on a ball spinning this hard, I can see why he says, well, let me just throw it out there and see if the ball finds my glove.
Pujols batting for the third time today. He's 0 for 2. He's popped out to third and grounded out to third. Here's the pitch, and that one is in there for a called strike. Reynolds was in 73 games for the Rockies last year. A former 20th round pick. And he was 1-2 in relief last season with a 4.09 ERA. He has a very good split finger pitch. His changeup, that's what he fooled Howie with when the bat went flying. And here's another ball that's bounced to third right between the legs of Pacheco. Kendrick will score, throw to second, and Pujols is safe. Well, Pacheco has had a tough time here in this inning. That one went right between his legs, and he'll be charged with a second straight two-base error. I don't know that I've ever seen that before.
There you go. From the bat toss to 2 consecutive balls hit to Pacheco, who had been playing a pretty good third base up to this inning.
He had.
Getting caught thinking about the last play, not good.
So the Angels have a gift run on the board. Runner in scoring position, trailing it now 6-2. Rockies hadn't committed an error all game, but have 2 here in this inning. The Angels have also had a couple of miscues. Here's Torrey Hunter batting now on the pitch. He takes the first one for a strike.
Opportunity is the name of the game. Remember how it all started against Garrett Richards. A big error by Bobby Abreu back in the 4th inning. That turned into 2 runs.
Reynolds is set, takes a look at Pujols and the pitch. Torrey swings and misses that one, and now it's no balls, 2 strikes.
There's 2 times we've seen Torrey kind of have a in-between swing. You can see the body language saying, oh, wait a minute. Let's clear the mechanism here.
Angels trying to get back in this ball game. Down by 4 with still plenty of time to get back in it. The pitch, Torrey swings and hits a high fly ball deep into left field. That one is taking the left fielder back near the rim of the track. Brown will make the catch, tagging at second, and moving on to third will be Pujols on the deep fly out. That's the first out in the inning. Runner at third base, and Vernon Wells will be the next batter.
It's a pretty good read on a good base runner like Albert Pujols. That ball was in the air a long time, and because of that wind drifting it back more, you watch your left fielder newly inserted into the ball game, Brown, and Pujols sees that guy flat-footed, goes for the tag. Smart play.
So Vernon Wells, who's gone 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out, has a chance to drive in a run, and he takes the first pitch for a called strike.
This is where all you're thinking is get your team back into the ball game. Infield's giving it to you. You need to use it.
Infield is playing back. Here's the pitch, and that is in there for a strike, and Vernon Wells in the hole.
It's a good split finger you're talking about.
Yep.
I believe it's 1-1. Home plate umpire was just correcting the scoreboard.
Here's the next pitch, and you're right, Jose. That one there is a called strike, so now the count goes to 1-2. Time called. New catcher in the game is Will Nieves. A ball and 2 strikes on Vernon Wells. Here's the 2-strike delivery, and he swings and misses. That one struck him out.
Now Nieves forgot about how many outs. So we had the scoreboard have an issue. We had Kendrys Morales have an issue with the outs, and Will Nieves was ready to get back to the dugout here. Doesn't take away from great execution there from the lefty.
So here's Morales, a pair of singles. The last one drove in a run. A hit here would mean another run. Here's the pitch as he bats against a lefty for the 3rd time today, and the pitch in there for a called strike.
Kendrys with his back foot from the right side, as you can see, not as exaggerated, pointing towards the pitcher as he is from the left side.
Next pitch, and he just got a piece of that one. He was way in front of it. 0-2 on Morales. Bobby Abreu waiting on deck. He's gone 0 for 2 today. The lefty ready, and the 2-strike pitch, and that one is cut on and missed, and down goes Morales, struck him out. Reynolds had that split finger pitch working in the inning, and in the inning the Angels will settle for the 1 run, doing it without any hits. There were 2 errors by the third baseman Pacheco and 1 runner left on base. 7th inning coming up in Tempe. It's 6-2 Rockies on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Angels make several changes. We'll pick those up in just a moment, but we want to remind kids that this Easter you can come collect your eggs, see the Easter Bunny, and hop around the bases after the Angels take on the Kansas City Royals. That'll be on Easter Sunday, April the 8th at Angels Stadium with game time at 12:35. For more information, visit angels.com/promotions.
Terry, that's a lot of places to hide those eggs, man. It's always fun to watch those kids running the bases and get excited for those eggs.
I think we'll
and
have
the chocolate. That's the main thing. It's not the eggs.
There you go.
It's the chocolate.
We'll have a lot of happy youngsters at the Big A on Easter Sunday. New pitcher is Hisanori Takahashi. He replaces Luke Van Mill, who went 2/3 of an inning, giving up a hit, no runs. He didn't walk or strike out anyone. So Takahashi is pitcher number 3 of the day for the Angels. Alexi Amarista comes in the game. He's playing short. And Meiser Turris, who was at short, moves over and takes over at second base for Howie Kendrick. First batter is Kadire, and the first pitch, it's fouled off on the right side, out of play.
There's a reason behind all of this. The Angels do want to see Amarista get more reps at shortstop. Well, he's getting him. He's forcing the Angels because of how well he's played all spring long.
Here's the 0-1. That's cut on and fouled off. The count, no balls, 2 strikes.
Or Cantu, Terry, another guy that's forcing the Angels to give him a longer look. Cantu, Amarista. There could be room, especially early in the season.
Yep.
Or a big home run yesterday for the Mexican first baseman.
Here's the next pitch, and reaching at that one is Kadire. He hits it right to Amarista, the new shortstop. His throw is just in time. Kadire was really hustling, but retired. There's one away.
Now, don't worry about Amarista's arm. There's a reason why the Angels have used him in the outfield, not just here in spring training, but last season. So the size of his glove won't matter either. Mostly a second baseman. And that is a pretty decent sized glove. He can play second or short with that one.
So here is Pacheco. Had the rough half inning out in the field against the Angels last inning. He's had a pretty good day at the plate. Couple of hits. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Takahashi has done a nice job so far this spring, and the pitch lifted in the air into center field. Wells hardly has to move. He's under. He'll put it away, and that's out number 2. 2 quick outs. Will Nieves will be the batter.
Well, in case he tuned in a little late, in the minor league game against the A's, Jerome Williams pretty solid through 3 innings. So Troy Hawkins also got some work over there, along with Rich Thompson, Mike Trout, and the man with a dragon tail, Hank Conger, was a catcher for Williams today. Now you get to the point where those relievers need to not wait 3 days between outings, Terry, and got to get them in somehow.
There's a bouncing ball over the mound. It's stopped by the second baseman, is Torres. He will flip to first base, and Nieves is retired in a very quick inning. Only 6 pitches thrown by Takahashi here in the top of the 7th. It ends on a 4-3 ground out. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left. 7th inning stretch time in Tempe. The Angels need runs, down 4 at 6-2. Rockies on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. A pitching change, bringing in their 3rd reliever of the day. Matt Belisle takes over, and he's a pitcher who's worked in a lot of games for them in recent seasons. 74 games last year in relief. He had 10 wins last year as a reliever. 10-4 record, 3.25 ERA. So Abreu is the first batter he'll face, and the first pitch in there for strike.
He's got a little Scott Shields template in him, all the times he appears and also the wins. Scott Shields, he makes in a few wins in relief for the Angels for years.
Did. And the next pitch, that one is a little low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And this guy works fast, and he's one of the few relievers you see come in and work from the windup.
Belisle is ready, and the next pitch, Abreu takes, and that's another strike, so it's 1-2. They have Brendan Harris playing third base, and Jared Clark now at first base for Colorado. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that misses low. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Belisle will throw a fastball. He has a good arm. He gets a lot of ground ball outs as well. He'll throw a curve and changeup. Good setup man for the Rockies. The 2-2 fouled off on the left side to our left out of play.
It's one of the few pitchers you'll see now too that with all the concerns on tipping your pitches, he does not have that finger covered in his glove like most pitchers do nowadays. The left index finger exposed.
2-2 pitch. Abreu lifts a fly ball right to the left fielder. Brown doesn't have to move. It's hit at him. He'll squeeze it, and that's the first out. So Bobby Abreu 0 for 3 today, and now just 4 for 40 this spring.
Terry, that issue with the glove became such a concern. So many guys were, stick that finger up. And they're throwing a fastball or vice versa, throwing the off speed, and to the point where glove companies started making gloves customized just to that.
Right. Well, pitchers were tipping their pitches.
A lot of guys fan their glove, as they say, when they're trying to get a better grip on a breaking ball or split fingers. And hitters now, they try to get any edge, anything, to guess on what's coming.
Pitch was in there on Callaspo, and quickly the count has jumped to 0-2 on Alberto. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's low and outside. We'll fill you in on what's been going on in the Grapefruit League in Florida today. A lot of finals in. We'll run down some of the highlights of some of the games in just a moment. Angels batting here in the bottom of the 7th, down 6-2. The 1-2 pitch. Callaspo fouls it off on the left side out of play. The Red Sox shut out the Phillies today 6-0. John Lester worked 7 innings. He struck out 10 Phillies batters. And the Red Sox had home runs from Pedroia and Ross in that win.
Lester's ready. Put him in.
Yeah, 7 innings, 10 Ks. Washington winner against Houston as Callaspo backs away from a pitch that catches the inside corner, struck him out looking.
There's Callaspo going down twice this game.
Yeah.
Something very rare. Good location. And great late movement there by Belial.
So Iannetta will bat with 2 outs. His day today, a walk and a strikeout his first 2 times up. Here's the pitch, and that one is swung on and missed. I'm sure he caught Belial many times in the past. Belial 150 appearances in just the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, you see how he started him?
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw your first pitch fastball. Are you kidding me?
1-1 to count. Other scores in the Grapefruit League. Washington beat Houston 7-4. Chris Johnson with his 4th home run this spring for the Astros in a losing cause. Marlins and Tigers played to a 3-3 tie, a game that went 10 innings, as Brennan Bosch hit his 4th home run this spring for Detroit. Mets doubled up the Cardinals 6-3. Tampa Bay beat Minnesota 10-4. Zobrist hit a grand slam in that victory for the Rays today. Saw the other day where Justin Morneau hit a couple of home runs for Minnesota.
Oh my God, that's just a good sign.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch. That one is low and outside.
Morneau, Mauer healthy. Add Willingham, who they signed as a free agent. Got Revere developing in center field. That could be a pretty decent team.
Certainly a lot better team than the one that lost 99 games last year. Here's a pitch that's low on Iannetta. It's now 3-2.
Oh, the amount of days in the disabled list for regular main players for the Twins was something they never imagined was going to happen in the same year.
Yep. They were decimated by injuries last year in Minnesota. Time was called. Iannetta got it from the home plate umpire, Gary Darling. If he gets on with 2 outs and no one on, Meiser's Turris waits on deck. Belial's 3-2, and that one just missed ball 4. Good eye as Iannetta walks for the 2nd time today.
Oh, Belial probably wondering, well, you gave me the one on Callaspo. Location-wise, why not this one?
So here's his Turris, who's batted once today with a ground out. He bats from the left side against the right-hander. The pitch. Meiser chops one foul right over by Alfredo Griffin.
Alfredo's hands,
first base.
Hey, his hands are still all right.
Yeah. 0-1 to count on his Turris.
Alfredo's ready for the regular season.
Here's the next pitch. That's lined into center field. That's going to fall in for a hit. 2-out hit for his Turris. Stopping at second base is Iannetta. So the Angels have a little something brewing with 2 outs. Amarista will get ready to bat for the first time today.
The man can absolutely swing the bat. The continuing issue, of course, and we say it enough, of course, is keeping him on the field. But he makes a difference in so many ways for the Angels. Smart base runner, good hitter, switch hitter, works counts. Mike Socha has hit him third, he's hit him fifth, he's hit him everywhere through the years, and he's always produced.
So here is Amarista. Left-handed batter. 2 on, 2 outs. The tying run right now in the on-deck circle, and the pitch. That one is in there for a called strike. The batter that's in the on-deck circle is Jorge Cantu. He would be coming in to pinch hit for Pujols if the inning continues.
Because we're looking for something you can hit in the gap, something you could drive.
1 strike the count on Amarista. He takes that one a little bit up and in. Amarista is hitting .359 in the Cactus League. 2 homers, 10 RBIs. He's had a couple doubles. He's had a triple, 14 hits in all, and he's also stolen some bases. He's had 3 stolen bases, which ties for the club lead this spring as he fouls that one off on the left side out of play. 1-2 the count. Belial has a new baseball, okays the sign. Still looking in, and too much time for his tourist. He will get time from the home plate umpire, Gary Darling. So a little bit of a cat and mouse game going on. Belial is working in his 7th game this spring. He has not allowed any runs this spring. The pitch, it's a pop-up right to the shortstop. Making the grab on it is Herrera, and that will end the inning. So the Angels had a little threat here in the 7th, but failed to score. No runs, a hit, a walk, no errors, 2 runners left. 8th inning coming up, 6-2 Colorado on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Here in the 8th inning, the Angels have a new look in the outfield. Now playing left field is Doug Deeds. Now playing center field Ryan Kinnery. And now playing right field Ryan Langerhans. Jorge Cantu also in the game, taking over at first base for Albert Pujols. Still on the hill is Takahashi, and he faces Colvin, a lefty-lefty matchup, and the first pitch in there for a called strike. Takahashi retired 3 in a row last inning. And here's the 1 strike pitch. That one is low and away. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Takahashi only 6 pitches made, as you had mentioned. Very effective. He's had a good spring, throwing the ball in good spots and throwing with a lot of confidence.
Here's the next pitch, and that one comes in. It almost caught the batter, Colvin. It's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the next delivery, and that is a called strike on the outside corner. Brandon Wood waiting on deck for the Rockies. Takahashi gets the sign from Iannetta, and the 2-2 pitch. Late swing. It's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play.
It's called an emergency hack. Stay alive. It doesn't matter if it looks pretty or not.
Colvin's had a pair of singles today. He's scored a run. He's driven in a run. He's also stolen a base. He's had a good spring. He's hitting over 400 for them. 2-2. He takes it low, and the count runs full, 3-2. The attendance today, a little bit shy of a sellout, but still another big crowd. 8,907, 8907. Angels have drawn over 104,000 for their home games in Tempe this spring. There's an easy one hopper that's hit to second, fielded there by Torres. His throw will get Colvin. That's the first out.
Well, 3 more home dates here in Tempe Diablo. They could break their all-time record in attendance here. It's been fantastic. Every day there's a buzz around here, and we've seen the buzz follow the Angels pretty much all throughout the Valley of the Sun here in the Phoenix area. Just saw a crowd of there over 13,000 over with the Dodgers.
Here's the pitch on Brandon Wood. He takes a called strike. Angels will be on the road for games tomorrow and Wednesday, playing the Giants in Scottsdale. As Wood hits one into right field, circling under, making the grab is Langerhans, who's out there now, and that's the second out. Jonathan Herrera will be the next batter. This will be his first time up. Angels will also play the Reds in Goodyear on Wednesday. Royals will play the Angels here in Tempe on Thursday. D-backs are here to face the Angels on Friday. And then the Angels have back-to-back games against the Cubs Saturday in Mesa, and then Sunday here against the Cubs. And then that's it for the Angels in the Cactus League play here in Arizona. The Angels will head back to Southern California for game next Monday night, exhibition game against the Dodgers, and then next Tuesday and Wednesday against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. There's a pitch low. That game Wednesday of next week on the 4th of April. That will be a day game at Dodger Stadium. The Angels will have the 5th off, and then we'll start the regular season a week from this Friday on the 6th against the Royals at the Big A. 1-1 pitch. Chopped down the third base side. A fair ball. Great stop by Callaspo. Throws wildly to first base, though. And safe will be Herrera. That very well should be a hit, and that's how they're going to score it. Callaspo made a terrific stop on that one. And then the throw was way high, but you can't really penalize him for getting to that ball. Looked like it might be a double when it left the bat.
Excellent job by Callaspo. The thing is, he has the ability to jump around so quickly. He's pretty accurate usually there, but of course not going to be perfect all the time. Angels know that Callaspo could play a huge role on games when Mark Trumbo starts at third base. Mike Scioscia has already said he will come in and play defense later.
Pitch on its way. That one is lifted foul on the right side, backing out of play. And the count on Dexter Fowler. No balls and a strike. He's batting right-handed for the first time today, facing the lefty Takahashi. And you're right, Jose, talking about Callaspo even being a late-inning defensive replacement.
Yep.
at third base for Trumbo. There's a pickoff toss to first. The runner hustles back. Mike Scioscia was saying that right now that he feels that Callaspo might be a little bit ahead of his tourist defensively at third. Meiser clearly ahead of Callaspo defensively at second and even at shortstop.
Oh, yes.
There's a pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 on Dexter Fowler.
That being said, it doesn't mean we're not going to see Sturris play third base,
right,
when needed. Or I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Callaspo has to fill in a little bit at second base also in a pinch.
Well, we'll see. Takahashi taking a look at first base and tossing over there. The runner hustles back. Cantu, the first baseman, is playing off the bag. And Herrera has been getting his lead beyond Cantu, who's playing off of first base, so he's getting a very big lead. And there he goes. There's the pickoff toss to first, the relay up to second, and he is going to be out to end the inning. So that pickoff play will go pitcher to first baseman to second baseman, and that will end the inning. They end up picking off Herrera after all. No runs in the inning. They had a hit, no errors, and in the inning, no one left. Bottom of the eighth, Angels trailing 6-2 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Angels set to bat as we go to the bottom of the eighth inning. New pitcher in the ball game for the Colorado Rockies, Josh Outman. He is a left-hander, and he kind of goes old school with those stirrup socks of his. And the first pitch, that one is in there for a called strike.
Have to love that. We saw him last year with the green ones with the Oakland Athletics. The change does not affect him. Yep. Changing teams does not affect his stirrups.
Here's the pitch on its way. The tying outside. That's kind of the 70s, 80s look right there with those
check that out.
White sanitary socks and the stirrup socks.
Little Wilbur Wood.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Cantu batting, lifts a fly ball into right field. Andrew Brown is now playing there, and he makes a nice running catch toward the line. He moved over from left field to right field in this inning, and that will be the first out. Cantu is set down. Ryan Langerhans will be the next batter. Wilkin Castillo is now playing left field. And Tyler Colvin, who was in right field, is now in center field for the Rockies. They've moved things around a bit in the outfield.
Well, another day, another lefty for Ryan Langerhans. Harry, what's name? This just follows him around. He has had a tough spring with the bat.
The Angels need to get Calhoun in there. That would. He's always batting against lefties. Another left-handed hitter. There's a pitch. It's high and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, the Angels have to make a decision on the veteran Langerhans.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and that one from Altman misses. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Altman set. Here's the 2-0. Langerhans takes that one inside, and now it's 3 balls, no strikes.
In fact, Langerhans was supposed to face a lefty yesterday, but Mike Scioscia went to the bench and brought in his son Matthew Scioscia to pinch hit. Matt hit the ball well to right center field on a flyout.
Next pitch, that's in there. Mike Scioscia was telling us this morning it was the first time that he had managed his son Matt since Little League, probably a decade ago. He had seen him play as an amateur, but had never actually managed him.
Great moment.
And there's one that's foul tip, and staying alive is Langerhans. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Even this morning, Mike Scioscia was talking about how proud he was of the swings that Matt took.
We'll see what gives on the payoff pitch. Altman is ready. Here it comes, and it's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play.
So a lot of prospects will be in action here tonight at 6:30. The Angels minor leaguers will play an inter squad. Hope these lights are all up to standard, as they have been revamped here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Beautiful sight.
Here comes the next pitch. Fouled off again on the left side. Altman is in his first year with the Rockies. He came over in a deal during the offseason for Seth Smith, an outfielder. He's now with Oakland. Altman was 3-5 last year with the A's. 13 games, 9 starts, had a 3.70 ERA. The guy who's come back from the Tommy John elbow surgery, and on the 3-2, it's cut on and missed, and down on strikes goes Langerhans for the second out. 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th.
Came right after him, something Jim Tracy would like to see from Altman. Did not waste any fastballs just to show him or to set him up for the breaking ball. He just came right after Langerhans.
So Doug Deeds will be the batter. He's batting for the first time in this ball game. He's a left-handed hitter. We've seen a little bit of him this spring. And the pitch on Deeds, he takes that one high. Doug Deeds is feeling good about his alma mater, Ohio State.
Oh, Doug Deeds only?
Well,
I'm not going to say alma mater, but there's somebody else feeling very good about Ohio State.
Right.
Hey, Doug, good job, by the way. Who else? Come on, DC,
good.
help me out here, DC. I need help.
I feel pretty good about the Buckeyes getting to the Final Four as well. They're going to face the Kansas Jayhawks.
I'm proud of you. You've been very fair with the whole
thing. Haven't been rubbing it in.
No, you've been really good.
Quiet about all that.
I think we've all celebrated more than you have, giving you updates. And
yeah.
Terry, are you watching that game? And you're like, of course I'm watching the game.
So Deeds, who grew up in Columbus, still lives there, went to Ohio State. His alma mater will be in the Final Four. 1 win away from the national title game. The pitch, that's low and outside. 3-1 to count. I think LaTroy Hawkins is a big Kansas basketball fan, so Deeds will have to kind of walk quietly in that clubhouse, not really pounding his chest too much right now. 3-1, fouled back behind the plate. Full count, 3-2.
There's some good jabbing going on between LaTroy Hawkins and Scott Downs.
Yep. Of course, Downs, a big UK fan. Kentucky's in the Final Four as well. Kentucky and Louisville. How about that matchup in the Final Four? Wow. 2 bitter enemies on the basketball floor will face each other in the Final Four. And Deeds on a 3-2 pitch will take that one low. He has a 2-out walk, so the inning continues. And Morales will have another at bat today. Kendricks has had a pair of hits and 3 times up and an RBI.
Well, the beauty of it is that he keeps swinging from the right side. Something that You just can't have it by design. There's so many times where you try to find a matchup. So a switch hitter can see more lefties, and he just can't find them. That's why you got to send a lot of guys down to the minor leagues in spring training to get those at bats.
There's a pitch low and away for a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Tim Salmon, who of course has been in camp as a special instructor, also said from his perspective, sitting next to Mike Socha, he goes, all we're watching is every time that left foot lands somewhere.
Yeah. Next pitch, and Morales waves and misses that one.
Kendry didn't look very good against the lefty Reynolds. It was a devastating split finger. And here the formula continues with the off-speed against Morales.
Bobby Wilson would bat next if the inning continues with 2 outs. Here's the next pitch, and there's another hit for Morales. He bounces one through the right side into right field. Deeds will stop at second. Morales is 3 for 4 today. And you look at what he has done this spring for the Angels. He is now 9 for 13. Or 8 for 13. 8 for 13.
Questions have been answered with the bat and the repetitions. And Kendrick's 3 base hits from the right side, all to that spot.
Yeah.
Between first and second. Doing a good job staying behind the ball. And also, that's a great way to keep finding your timing.
Andrew Romine is going to pinch run for Morales, so Kendricks will have the rest of the game off, and another solid day for him at the plate.
And Romine was already optioned down to minor league camp. So you can see right away the difference, even in the helmet.
So here is Bobby Wilson. Angels trying to fight back into this ball game. The Angels had a nice comeback win yesterday in that win against Texas. Still another inning to go. We're in the bottom of the 8th. It's 6-2 Rockies. The Angels right now have the tying run in the on-deck circle. Bobby Wilson is the batter. 2 on, 2 outs. Outman is ready, and the lefty delivers. The pitch, it's fouled back by Wilson. No balls and 1 strike. Bobby Wilson 5 for 16 this spring, and RBI, hitting .313. Deeds the lead runner at second. Romine the runner at first. Outman's pitch. That's low and away. It misses. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. A lot of fans have stayed around here. Crowd of a little bit shy of 9,000 today. Next delivery on Wilson. He nubs one on the first base side. It's fielded by Clark. He flips to the pitcher Outman, and it's in time to end the inning. So the Angels had another threat, but leave 2 more on base. The Angels did the same thing last inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 left. 9th inning coming up. 6-2 Rockies on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Let's pause for station identification here on the Angels Baseball Network. We go to the ninth inning. Angels trailing the Rockies 6-2. A few changes for the Angels. Jordan Walden is the new pitcher. He comes in to work the ninth inning. And his first pitch, that one is cut on and missed, and the count 0-1. Jeremy Cruz has entered the game. He's playing right field, and Ryan Langerhans goes from right to center. Wilkin Castillo is the batter, and the next pitch, he takes that one for a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Castillo is hitting out of Dexter Fowler's spot. Fowler went 0 for 4 today. His struggles at the plate continue. He's 5 for 44 this spring, the Rockies center fielder. And Castillo fouls another one off by the plate. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andrew Brown is waiting on deck. It'll be his first at bat today. Next pitch, and Castillo fouls another one off. Fans of Jiffy Lube, they do so much more than just oil changes, and with over 120 Jiffy Lube locations throughout Southern California, you can always find one near you. Visit JiffyLubeSoCal.com for the location nearest you. That's JiffyLubeSoCal.com. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Castillo. He was taking the last pitch and missed. Walden hoping to have a nice clean ninth inning here, and he'll start it off the right way with a swing and a miss by Castillo. Struck him out. 1 gone here in the ninth.
Walden had a very good outing last time out. Throwing the ball right in front of him. Great release point. A lot of zip on that fastball. Getting some movement now sometimes on a 2-seamer. And of course, the main thing is to be able to work those secondary pitches, slider and changeup, into the roles here in spring training, and then trust him more and more as the season progresses.
So here's Brown batting, and he cuts at the first pitch and misses it for strike 1.
Guys letting it go.
Right-handed batter Andrew Brown. Nelson waiting on deck. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's low and outside. In the Cactus League today, Giants beat the Royals 4-2. And the Angels will take on the Giants tomorrow. Pablo Sandoval hit his 3rd home run this spring for the Giants. Dodgers were 4-3 winners against the White Sox. 1-1 pitch. Skied in the air to right center field. Not very deep at all. Langerhans is circling under. He will make the catch. And that's the 2nd out. 2 gone in the ninth. Elsewhere in the Cactus League today, Milwaukee beat Cleveland 6-5. Carlos Santana home run for the Tribe is 3rd. A Cubs split squad shut out the Padres 2-0. The other Cubs split squad lost to Arizona 3-2. Paul Goldschmidt homered in that D-backs win, his 3rd home run this spring. Here's Nelson at the plate. He takes the pitch high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. We're in the ninth inning here in Tempe. It's 6-2 Rockies. And they've been on top since the 4th inning in this ball game. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. In the ninth inning, the Angels will have Callaspo, Iannetta, and his Torres slated to bat. Here's the next pitch. That's low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Walden's next delivery. He's low and away with that one. It's now 3-1.
Time to bounce back. Get back in the zone somehow. Just follow that glove. That's what Iannetta wants.
3-1 pitch, and he gets him to chase that one. Nelson misses it for strike 2, a full count.
That's where he's going to become better and better. Just and amp it up to the new level. At times, just back off a little bit of that fastball. It's still going to be mid-90s just naturally.
Payoff pitch, and it's a high fly ball lifted to shallow right center field. Let's see who's going to make the call. It'll be Cruz, Jeremy Cruz, the young player playing right. He'll put it away, and that will end the inning. So Walden has a clean ninth with a strikeout. No runs, hits, or errors, nobody left. Bottom of the ninth coming up. We'll see if the Angels have a big comeback in store. It's 6-2 Rockies on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Alberto Callaspo leading it off for the Angels as we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. First pitch he was taking, and Outman delivers a strike. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that is low and away. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike on Callaspo. Angels down by 4 here in the ninth. Angels with a little 5-game winning streak in the Cactus League coming into today. And the next pitch, that's grounded foul over by the Rockies dugout. 1-2 the count. Jose is headed downstairs. He'll be visiting with Mike Scioscia after the ball game. He'll be able to watch and listen to some of those comments. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Callaspo. He was fooled there off speed, and he's had a tough day. Very rarely will you ever see Callaspo, who is one of the toughest hitters to strike out in the American League, have a 3 strikeout day, but that's what happened today. Chris Iannetta will bat. He's had a 2 walk day, and he has also struck out. He's officially 0 for 1. The Rockies have a right-hander warming up in their bullpen, and that looks like Steven Dotson. Here's the pitch on Iannetta, right in there for a called strike. Outman, the pitcher, kind of a step back in time the way he wears those uniform pants. And the pitch that's lined into right field, and Iannetta here in the ninth inning gets his first hit of the day, an opposite field single. On base 3 times today with the 2 walks and now the hit. So the batter will be Meiser Turris, who's gone 1 for 2 since coming into the ball game. Had hit the 7th for the Angels today. And it looks like Iannetta is going to be lifted for a pinch runner.
Pinch running for your Angels, number 31.
Efren Navarro will run for him. So Iannetta's day is done. Digging in is Meiser, the first pitch. He looks it over and misses low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Amarista waiting on deck. Outman has the sign, and there goes the runner. The pitch is in there for a strike. No throw by the catcher Nieves, and that'll be indifference there. Defensive indifference, no stolen base, even though Navarro takes second. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. A hit could mean a run as the Angels try and close the gap here with only 2 outs left in this game. The pitch, and fooled on that one is Turris. He missed that pitch badly. It's now 1-2. Fans, Welk Resorts and Angels Radio AM 830 have teamed up to bring you the official AM 830 fan club. Get AM 830 event and team news and updates all season long. Log on to am830fanclub.com. That's am830fanclub.com. Is Turris still out of the box? Now he's moving back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outman primarily a fastball slider pitcher. He'll throw a changeup as well. And there's an off-speed pitch, and he fools Meiser. Struck him out looking. So a pair of strikeouts for Outman in the inning. He's had 3 since coming into the game an inning ago. And now the Angels are down to their final out in this game as Amarista bats. He's flied out the center his only time up. So the Angels have 1 more out to play with here, trying to mount a big comeback down by 4 in the 9th. The pitch, breaking ball, and Amarista backed away from a pitch that ended up being high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Outman in his 2nd inning of relief. Here's the next pitch. It's skied in the air into left center field. This should do it. Circling under, waiting, and putting it away is Colvin, and the ball game is over. It ends on a fly ball to the center fielder. The Angels have a fairly quiet 9th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. Angels drop it today here to the Rockies. The final score 6-2 in favor of Colorado. With the loss, the Angels Cactus League record now stands at 14-9-1. And for the Rockies, they win their 13th this spring. They have a record of 13-10-1. Angels will get ready for a couple of games on the road the next 2 days. Tomorrow against the Giants in Scottsdale, and then the Angels will play the Reds Wednesday in Goodyear. Let's go down to Jose Mota. He's standing by with Angels manager Mike Scioscia.
Thanks a lot, Terry. Mike, the more a young pitcher is exposed to big league experience, the more challenges he faces. What were those challenges today for Garrett Richards?
I thought Garrett threw the ball well. I don't think there's anything that you can equate to what happened there than, some defensive plays that got away from us. Lost the release point a little bit, had some issues with the mound, but Garrett pitched well. He showed an incredible breaking ball, good fastball command, changed speeds well. I thought he pitched a lot better than what his line score is going to show. What
can you tell us about Eric Ibar, who exited the game earlier?
He just kind of jammed his thumb a little bit, broke the nail. He could play. If it was a regular season game, he would play. We want these guys to come back and fire it up every day, try to play again tomorrow. So we want to get him out of there and just calm it down and get him ready for tomorrow.
Reports on Jerome Williams and what you hear on how he threw the ball today.
Yeah, we just heard Marcel Latcham was over with him and said he really looked good, looked sharp, got his work in, stuff was coming out good, and it's a good, important first step for Jerome.
Mike, what have you learned more? Now you see more of a Chris Iannetta and his eye at the plate, the way he's calling games, and also his release point here throwing to the bases.
He rushed one today, but he's been throwing very well. I think that Chris is still, it's a work in progress, him working with our pitchers. He has to get in sync, make a quick study of these guys. He has for the most part, but we wanted to translate out there on the field and get behind the plate and see it, see that tangible part he can bring behind the plate. And we're moving in that direction. He's doing fine.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, Jose.
Terry, back to you.
All right, thanks, Jose. The Angels fall today to the Colorado Rockies by the final score of 6-2. For those of you watching on TV, Jose and Michael Eaves will have a lot more post-game analysis, and here on the radio side, we'll have more from Tempe as well. This is the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West.